What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Most Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
It was good, bro.
Man, is my dog back? Can you hear me? We got audio. I hear you. My dog, I see you, man. I missed you, bro. How you been, man?
I guess I'm back enough, right?
Hey, look, man. The
Not
fact that
100%. I'm like Ogunjobi right now, like 75%.
Hey, look, man, a 75% version of you was
No, I'm
more than
feeling
enough,
good.
man.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'd actually bump that up. I'm probably like 95% right now. I'm
Let's
feeling
go.
pretty good.
Let's go. No, I like that, man. We was missing you, bro. The chat was thirsty for you. We had TGO last week. He was trying to talk smack. Missed you, bro. It didn't feel right without my dog, man. So we glad that you
Is
back, bro.
TG showing up this week?
Hey, look, you know he talks smack, but he's not gonna make it this week. All right, we're gonna have to move around some stuff. But
Man,
trust me, man.
is that a coincidence?
He was sending some messages. He was over here like, "Hey, just know, da da da." I'm like, "Hey, bro, remember now." They did win this weekend. Y'all guys did not win this weekend. So let's make sure that we at least, put that into the reserves when we out here talking smack, man. But shout out to the homie though, man. And yes, the Don Hefe Quan. It is a Tuesday show. And actually, going forward, man, we are going to actually do this season's shows Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, man. We are switching it up a little bit. All right. So this the first version of that, but it will be at that 4 o'clock time spot. So tell a friend to tell a friend. But ultimately, that is where we will be, going forward, man, in terms of in the season. All right. So little quick heads up on that. But how my dog, man? I see you got the Pitt Panthers hat on, man. Y'all guys took care of business, man.
Yeah.
What's the energy with that, man? Are you believing in it, or is it just one of them ones where it was like, all right, bro, it was expected, man.
Well,
We'll see what's up.
yeah, we'll see. It was against Kent State, so we'll see. But they did look good. It's better to look good against Kent State than to look not good, right?
I would agree, man.
And I mean, honestly, they had two touchdowns that they shouldn't have even scored. We probably should have won that. Like, I don't even know what the final score was.
It was
50
what,
something. They
50,
probably only should have had
55
like
to
10
like 20 or
points.
something like that. Yeah.
They should have only had like 10 points.
Yeah.
They scored on like a fourth and long slant for 6, like earlier in the game. That's like our Achilles heel against these shitty teams, I guess. Like Eastern Michigan, they're running slants
Hey,
all
you
day.
remember when was it
Sky
Sky
Moore,
Moore? That's what I was
yeah,
like, Sky
Sky Moore's
Moore.
house
Yeah.
and slants on us. Defense can't stop it. So yeah, it happened in this game too against Kent State. It's fourth and long, and they score on a slant. I'm like, oh my god. So that happened, and then we basically pulled a gunner on a punt return.
Oh
Our
no!
guy
Oh
Mumfield,
no!
he catches the punt cleanly. He starts running for 5 yards, but then he just tosses the ball up in the air, gives it to the Kent
Mm-mm.
guy, and Kent guy takes it for 6. Yeah. So like
Mm-mm.
14 points for whatever Kent State had. Like that was just gifted by Pitt.
Yo, that's actually
At
kind of
least
crazy.
at least the punt return. Take the
Yeah.
7 off for the punt return because Pitt is known for giving up fourth and longs and letting
On
other teams
occasion,
take
something might
slants to the
happen.
house.
On
That
occasion,
that
something might happen.
that's more understandable than the punt return mess. But yeah, it was a good game. The quarterback looked good. I thought we were going to see Yarnell. I know I was talking about Yarnell probably
Mm-hmm.
starting this whole throughout this whole offseason, but they went with the 5-star from Alabama.
About to
And
say, man, produced though, look
yeah,
good. Yeah.
he could spin it. He had some nice fade balls for touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
He looked confident, man. He looked good. Got the ball out quick and everything. I liked what I saw.
I was
He
gonna
had some
ask,
errant
man.
he had some errant throws.
Yeah.
Probably should have had 2 or 3 picks. Only ended up with 1, but hey, first game out, I'll
Hey,
take it.
we living
I
with
thought
that.
it
Absolutely.
was like a B plus A minus performance from him.
Okay. Well, I was gonna ask, man, how'd you feel about the running game next? Because I know that was kind of the big headline, man. The running back from a year ago that was supposed to be the starter. Was it the day
Yeah,
before the
Ronnie
season?
Hammond.
Yeah, the day before the season starts, they
He's
ruled him
awesome.
ineligible, man. So yeah, how'd you feel about everything, man?
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
Yeah.
I really don't. Is he not paying the right people or getting the right people to take his test or something?
Shit.
I really don't know.
Like you said,
I,
bro,
re-
something ain't adding up with that, man.
I don't know because yeah, he's able to still practice with
Yeah.
the team. He's just ruled ineligible for the year, so who knows?
Nah.
That was just really random. I think it was the day of or the night before the game. They just said, yeah, he's out. And I was like, oh wow, that's our best running back. He's supposed to be a stud. But this freshman Reed, he balled out. He had a punt return taken to the house. Like this was actually us doing some good things on special teams, good things on punt returns. He actually took one to the house, and then he had like I don't know, like a $130, $140 on the ground.
Okay.
Touchdown or
Okay.
two.
Okay.
He was
We
good.
likes
He was
that.
good. It was a little reminiscent of Dion Lewis's debut. Whenever Dion Lewis
Hey,
came in as a
I
freshman.
was about to say now that's a
We'll
name
see.
now. About to say we definitely remember Deion Lewis, man. That's definitely one of those ones right there, man.
Yeah, it's unfortunate we don't have Hammond, but I think the backfield is in good hands with this
Yeah.
Reed dude. He's a freshman or a redshirt freshman. We'll
So I
see.
like it there, man. I like
Yeah,
it.
good start. Good start. I think we're off to a better start than what we were last year. Even though we won week one, it feels better. Looks better.
Well, I was gonna ask, man. So who do y'all
I
got
think his
next week
team's
then?
more put together. We got Cincinnati. It's a
So
revenge match.
okay. So it's
We
gonna get a
lost
real
last year.
test.
Yeah, that's when Jerkovich threw
Yeah.
for 30% completion rating in that game. And we still only lost by, I think we only lost by one score. We only lost by a touchdown. So,
I like it. I like it. Like you said, man, we definitely need y'all to take care of business, man. The good guys in the purple took care of business too, man. Shout out to all my
I
JMU
saw
Dukes
that.
out there, man. You know, it
Yeah, I
was
guess that's the
good,
vibes
bro.
today, huh? We're
Hey,
rocking our alma
man.
maters.
Oh,
Week one of college
yeah,
football got everyone in the
man.
spirit.
You know how it is, bro. Especially when your team win, you just feel like I gotta put the colors on, man. But
Yeah,
nah,
that's how I
man, it
felt.
felt good. I mean, I'm sure you already know how it goes, man, with the transfer portals and stuff like that. Man, we was having a whole new roster. I think it was 50 new guys on this roster this year compared
50.
to, yeah, bro, it was nuts, man. 50. Along with a whole new coaching staff, bro. When I tell you
You
we
had a
turned
bunch of
over
guys jump to
everything,
Indiana, huh?
yeah, bro, like half our starters on offense and defense went to Indiana, man. Yeah, so for us, man, it was a whole brand new cast of characters. But shout out to the new guys, man. They came out and from a first impression, it was a little slow early on. But once they kind of got, about midway through the second quarter, man, everything started to click. And then we started to see some success. The quarterback started to warm up, settle down a little bit. He was balling. We was like, all right. And then in true JMU fashion, we even made some social media headlines as well, man. Shout out to the homie Alonzo Barnett, man. Sometimes you got to resuscitate a fella after he get hit like that, all right? But shout out to the homie, man. But nah, man, it was good
What
to see them
happened?
do. You know how it is, man. The defender hit him, so he flops, falls out, rolls over, has to get the fake CPR.
No way.
Niggas. Yeah, it was hilarious, bro. Yeah, like it was on all the social media stuff right
Oh,
now,
it was
man.
fake.
Yeah. He
It
was
was
like
a
clowning.
celebration.
Yeah, he was clowning him. Yeah. Because
Okay.
but he ended up they both ended up getting penalties for it, which was the crazy part. It was like, yo, how he get the penalty when all he did was just, he got hit and just fell out. But then it was like, he rolled over, fell back, did another flip. My man's came over there giving him CPR. We like, all right. But it looked good, though. It looked good. And when you throwing, when he did the way he was doing it at that part of the game, it's acceptable. Now, if he would done it in the first quarter, we'd have been over there like, yo, bro, you tripping. But since we was already up, he had played well. We was like, all right, I guess we'll let this slide. But it'd be a good vibe, though, man. Definitely a good vibe. But shout out to
Do you
my
have any
JMU
other
Dukes,
thoughts
man.
from college football week one?
Bro, I mean, college football was dope week one, man. We got a chance to see Colorado going to a nice fight with North Dakota State Thursday night after we finished with the podcast.
Little too close for comfort, huh?
No. Well, it just depends on how you perceive North Dakota State. I look at North
Oh,
Dakota
really?
State. North Dakota State the same as like JMU. Difference is we bumped up. They
Oh,
stayed
really?
up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They the teams that then beat us. Like when we were going to the Natties, man, they beat us twice. We beat them twice.
Oh,
Yeah.
is this Carson? I didn't see the game at all. Was this Carson Wentz team? And
Yeah,
like Trey
Carson
Lance
Wentz,
team?
Trey Lance.
Okay.
Yeah, that's that school. Yeah, so it's like,
Okay.
bro, if you don't know who they are, you would expect, oh man, you're supposed to beat them by 30. North Dakota State, like I said, just like JMU, they win a lot of those matchups where they play the 1A schools, and a lot of teams don't want to play them because of that, man. So, nah, man, shout out to North Dakota State, bro. Yeah. But like I said, man, it was
Yeah, I thought
I liked
yeah,
it
it
though,
was
man.
fun. I was
Yeah.
gonna say it was enjoyable. I mean, it's what I needed too.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, cause
Being sick this whole week, I couldn't. I was recovering. I was getting better day in day out. But even when the weekend hit, I still really couldn't do anything. So it was nice to have a full college football slate where I could just lay around and watch the games. And some quarterbacks look intriguing out there.
I was about to say
I'm just
I'm
thinking.
about to
for
say
us,
who you
for
looking at, man.
Steelers,
I
in
know you
case
playing ahead,
our
bro.
Russ Fields experiment doesn't work out. Dude from Miami looks legit. Cam
Okay.
Heyward. Dude from Tennessee looks legit. Obviously, we just talked about Colorado
Yeah.
with Shador. But yeah, there's some guys that I think could go first round, be like legit type of guys when the draft rolls around.
Nah,
Yeah,
I like
Cam
it.
Ward looks. I think he impressed me the most.
Okay.
He impressed me. He wasn't really on my radar. I know he transferred from Washington State, but yeah, he might be putting Miami back on the map, unfortunately. But luckily for Pitt, it seems like the rest of the ACC is down. Like Florida State is
Yeah.
terrible. DJ is probably the worst quarterback in college football history. I don't know how he still has a job. Who else went? Yeah, Clemson looked bad against Georgia. Virginia Tech lost to Vanderbilt. A lot of ACC teams lost. It might be wide open for Pitt. Watch out.
Hey, man, it's an open time for the ACC, man. It's an open time,
I was
man.
bummed out though. The early slate of like the big matchups
Yeah.
weren't really good at all. They were just all blowouts. But then like the last two that we got, the Notre Dame, Texas A&M, and then the one on Sunday night, USC, LSU, those ended up being really, really good games.
No, absolutely. USC, LSU,
Everything else,
definitely
like
was
the
best
big
one out
ticket
the
ones,
clip,
West
bro.
Virginia, Penn State was nothing. Georgia, Clemson.
See,
that
West
was
Virginia,
nothing.
Penn State, I felt it
Florida,
was good up
Miami.
until the lightning delay, and now you lose 2 hours of the flow. It just changed everything with that, man. But prior to that, I'm like, all right, it's a pretty decent back and forth, man.
Yeah, Penn State quarterback wasn't bad.
Yeah.
He ended up doing some
shout
stuff later
out
in the game.
to little KJ Winston over there, man. Kevin Winston Jr., man. Like I said, you know that's the homie, man. Turns me and his pops played at JMU together. Did get that National Defensive Player of the Week, went out there and balled the heck out, man. So shout out to the homie for that one. Like I said, I don't like a lot of Penn State people, man. I don't, but I like him. All right. Unfortunately, the list just keeps getting added to. So shout out to them boys over there, man. But yeah, man. Like I said, it was good. Good little start off to the college football season, man. So hopefully we'll get a little bit better slate of games this week, man. But actually, I don't need the slate to be good this week. I need JMU to go ahead and win by 50 this week, since we got one of them, little schools coming into town this week. All right?
I was looking.
I was about to say,
crazy.
I'm about to say,
Texas, Michigan. Texas, Michigan's the main one. I think Colorado plays someone. They play Nebraska.
They play Nebraska.
Wait, did you see Nebraska's quarterback?
Patrick
Mini
Mahomes.
Mahomes.
Yeah, it's little Mahomes.
Dude, he literally looks exactly like him.
I definitely peeped that.
He played good too. I mean, I got to give him props.
No. So, no, like
yeah,
you said,
he's literally trying to replicate Mahomes.
Hey,
like,
he got the little body language. He throw like, I'm like, all right, bro.
I think they have the same coach. I think that's part of it.
Just keep producing, man. And you'll get, hey, dudes get drafted for looking like guys all the time, man. There is nothing wrong with that, bro. If you look like Mahomes and that gets you drafted, bro, keep looking like him, man. Do all the little walk like him and everything, man. All right.
Yeah, so I think there's a few. I don't think there's as many, I guess, at least going into the week, big ticket matchups as there was week one, but obviously some of them disappointed.
Yeah.
So who knows? Yeah.
But I also don't want to say Florida State sucks before we start the show all the way
They're
off.
terrible.
You just got to remember, they were playing against Boston College. Boston College has Dino Tomlin, baby. Shout out to Coach Tomlin's son, man. All right. So the fact that he was on the squad makes Boston College all right. All right. So Florida State, man, the moment was just too big for him.
I can't believe they didn't bench DJ after that pick. Did you watch the game?
Bro, no. I fell asleep.
He just threw it up with his eyes closed.
I fell asleep. I woke up when I saw they lost. I was like, of course Florida State lost, bro. Of course they did.
He's terrible. I think they're just paying him too much money. That's why they're going to give him another week or two. But it's just
but the
so
thing
bad.
is, the beauty is with college, there are no salary caps. So you can stink it up. You could bench him and he can still be the highest paid, whatever, and it doesn't kill anything. It's dangerous at the NFL level with that salary cap. So it's like for Florida State, man, y'all got money, man. Go pay somebody else or go put him down and pay. So it ain't going to matter, man. Y'all be all right. But yeah, man, that's this the interesting part right now, bro.
Dude. It was really, really bad.
Mm-hmm,
it's just crazy. It's like, why do we keep giving this dude a chance? We saw it at Clemson.
When you play quarterback,
State, same thing.
You play quarterback, come on, man. How many
guys?
Dude,
he's living off of that Notre Dame game he had. Whenever he was a backup, he had to spell Trevor Lawrence and threw for 5 touchdowns.
Because how many guys walking around have thrown 5 touchdowns in relief of anybody versus Notre Dame? So when you see anything like that, you're going to have countless coaches telling themselves, I can get that again. I can get that up out of this man, or I can make him better than that. And you just keep chasing it. And the odds are, man, the majority of dudes aren't going to be that. They aren't going to be elite. They aren't going to be consistent with it. But it's just the thought of, what if he is? And with DJ, he has a lot of those traits. But we talk about how many quarterbacks in a similar breath. A lot of the traits that make you elite, but if you don't put them all together and do it every single time, bro, you god awful. So it don't matter how strong your arm is or how well you can run or how big your body is. It's like, are you a quarterback? And right now, DJ, man, he just struggling to put that thing all together, man.
Rod Dulles says, I'm a Florida State fan. We are terrible.
Shout out to Rod Dollar, man. Shout out to Rod
He
Dollar.
knows. And he was talking him up last year, too. I think he's just being an honest fan at this point.
Shout out to Rod, man. I like it, baby. I like it. Well, with that being the case, let's go ahead and start like how we do. Actually, before we get into that, over my head, right here, you see, we back in the season, Deke. I don't know if you know this, Deke, but we back, all right? Because when the logo is up here, that means it's a DraftKings Sportsbook
2
episode.
days away.
Shout out to the fact that today's
And we got the Friday
show,
night game, too.
let's go. Let's go. We love it, man. We love it. So let's get this ad out the way real quick, all right? Because today's episode is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook, only the top-rated sportsbooking app in all of North America. I mean, we know, safe, secure, and the most important thing, just like the homie Deke, reliable, baby. You gotta be reliable, all right? And we got something exciting this year. So usually, you know, we had the OG promo code for the OG listeners. Y'all know what that was. But the new one, oh, you starting it up with that $5 deposit, right? But you getting $250 in bonus bets along with, Deke, you're going to like this one, 1 month of NFL plus premium on the squad, man. Shout out to DraftKings, all right? Shout out to DraftKings. This is a simple concept. The promo code is Moats. You download the app, put the promo code in, initial $5. Then from there, you're receiving $250 in bonus bets that you might use for anytime touchdowns. We know the games are going on this week, so we're going to be excited about it. But you also can get a chance to lock in and follow your squad, man, with 1 month of that free NFL Plus Premium, man. So shout out to the homies over at DraftKings. And I also know at times, just like myself, you can run out of control, all right? And the moment gets a little bit too big for you. Well, when that happens, you got to look into your resources, okay? Sometimes you might have a gambling problem, need some help. For those that live in New York, you know it's the number that you can call. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. I said 1-800-GAMBLER. I said you better call 1-800. Back to regular scheduled programming, baby. My dog, man, let's get this thing activated, baby, so you know what it is. Drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, so that way we can give you those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby.
Bro, Zoom couldn't handle that singing. He like cut out for that.
Hey, shout out, man. Shout out. You know how it is with technology sometimes, man. I'm just glad that we here, that you can hear me, I can hear you, and the gang can hear us as well, man. So we in the building. Hey, shout out to Pittsburgh Tidy 86. He said his cat was over there jamming out so much that it looked like it got electrocuted because the hair was just going all over. He was so excited about the singing, man. So I likes that right there. Frank K said, bro, if I would have muted that, he would have cried. So shout out to Frank K for not muting that one as well. I like it. I like it. The Stillmatic Network with G under Honda says, oh my God, that is an instant classic. I think I agree. My most humble opinion. I do think I agree. Rod Dollars called me a pure rock star. You know how we tapping. Hey, share a line, baby. Share a line, mouse. Yeah.
And you got Jay Ramos.
What? Oh, no. Because, you know, just NML, Finesse 410, and Zig Shazier both talked about how I just killed that. It was the best. And my pitch was perfect. So shout out to that, man. I appreciate you guys from the heart. From the heart.
Jay Ramos, 951 Riverside, California says, welcome back, Deke. Hope you're well. Shout out to Moats in the chat. Football is officially back. My USC Trojans with an upset win over LSU. Let's go. Miller Moss for Heisman.
Question. Did you consider that an upset?
I guess, technically.
Dang.
I don't know enough. I didn't know enough about USC or LSU going into it to even consider, I guess, the weight of the rankings that each team is given.
I thought it was
But
like a
yeah, I
fair
guess on paper,
matchup. Yeah, I was like,
USC was what 10 rankings lower than LSU,
yeah,
or in the
technically, yeah.
20s. LSU was like 12 or 13.
Yeah. Now respect,
Yeah,
then
I
respect.
guess on paper, neutral site.
Yeah. I mean
I
Vegas,
don't know what
yeah.
the spread was. Spread it was probably like 3 points, right?
I didn't even check, man. But yeah, when
Yeah,
I
I
saw,
know
because
too.
I definitely like when I had saw I think he wasn't the first one. I saw somebody else say something about it being an upset. And I'm just like, was that really viewed like that? I thought both teams coming in, new quarterbacks, new kind of regimes, but still, Power Five like big dogs in terms of, USC obviously hopping into the Big Ten. And we know LSU still SEC, but yeah, all right. Shout out to them boys then.
Raw dollars 330 Youngstown, Ohio. Share a line, baby.
Caroline.
The Dawn Hefe Kwan from the 323 Watts, California.
Let's go. Let's go. Always got love for Watts in the building. And
These
shout out to the Watts as well. TJ, and his lovely wife are expecting, man. That was dope, man. Did you see that on the gram? I was on the gram, Deke. I don't know if you was on social media while you was sick in and out of it, but I got a chance to go up there, man. I seen that. I said, bro, y'all welcome in. Hopefully it's a young TJ, a TJ Jr., a little pass rusher coming out of it. That's what I'm hoping, man. All right. Just need another one of those days, and then draft him to the Steelers in about 20 years. All right.
Yeah, he's got a good chance.
Come
if he
on,
plays
man.
football and his last name's Watt, he's gonna have a good chance.
But they say, your uncles are, bro. I think you're gonna be good regardless, man.
Hey, speaking of the family connections and stuff, and you even brought him up a few minutes ago with Dino Tomlin.
Yeah.
Like he's gonna be on our practice squad
You
next
know
year, right?
this.
Like
You know
that's a
this.
given.
Don't be
That's a given.
surprised. Do not be surprised. All right. We talk bloodlines. We talk pedigree. There is
That's a
no
given.
more pedigree than that pedigree. All right. That's the chosen. We thought JPJ was the chosen one. No.
I think that's understandable, though. I think we could all live
Heck
with
yeah.
him being on the practice squad to start off.
Listen.
Like, there's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't hurt anyone.
Listen, Dino Tomlin being on the Steelers practice squad next year is the equivalent to Bronny James getting drafted in the second round for the Lakers. You understand exactly what it is. You can hate if you want to hate, but nah, man, this is dope that you are in a position to do this type of move, man. So I'm all for it, man. Bring the little Dino back home, man. Bring him home. Now, don't put the first round draft pick on him, but like you said, man, if you're talking about P squad, hey, I don't even care how it's got to happen. Just bring him home, man.
Yeah.
Bring him to the spot.
Undrafted free agent.
Bring him
You
to the
can
spot,
keep
man.
him around through the offseason. Let him
Yeah.
go through OTAs, training camp and stuff.
Mhm.
And then when the 53 comes around, you cut him, but bring him back on
Yeah.
practice squad.
Dude,
I don't think that hurts anyone.
And we hold what 16, 17 dudes on the practice squad right now too. So it's not gonna hurt.
And I saw
anything.
him doing some special team
Come
stuff for
on.
Boston College. He was
Special
a gunner
teams
for them.
matters,
So,
man. Special teams
if
matters.
he could maybe deliver some stuff like that, nothing wrong with it.
Like I said, I like it, man. Only if, like I said, it's done the right way. All right, don't blow the first rounder on him. Please don't do that. But other than that, I'm like, yo, bring
That'd
him.
be crazy.
Bring him. We need him. Want him in the bloodline. Bring him to the system, man. Come on.
I'll say a few more. Skeeter Jones, 310 Southwood, Cali. Here we go, Steelers.
Cali.
And David Decker, 585 Rochester, New York. Moats and Deke, what is up? First
What's
off, welcome
the
back, Deke.
word?
Glad you're feeling better. Second off, Special Olympics soccer tournament is Saturday, the 21st of September.
Let's go. Let's go, man. I like it. I like it.
That's it. I'm good.
All right, respect on that then, man. Respect. Think we got a couple of supers that have come in. I don't know if you're gonna have this first one because this one came in at like 1 a.m. And I have some questions actually about this one. So I'm gonna get this first one, all right? But y'all hit that like button on the front end, man. If y'all digging the vibe today, don't forget to subscribe either, man. Virtual or not, we're gonna get this content. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it, man. All right. But yeah, Deke. This first chat was at 1:14 a.m. and it's from Deke's baby mama. I can't make this up, okay? It says, Deke ain't sick. He just a sick dog. If you know, you know, with a lot of very interesting food emojis. I think they like hot dogs. Okay, I see some peanuts. All right, I think they're into fruit as well. I see some praying hands, and it might be some type of water emoji. I'm not really sure the correlation to any of this. Okay, I'm just an innocent bystander, just reporting the news. But it was from your baby mama, Deke, apparently, and you know the internet does not lie. Abraham Lincoln told me that. I saw it on the internet from him as well, man. So, yeah, man, what was going on, bro? Like, You was
Well,
really
I can't see the chat.
like
You might just
bro,
be
this
making
is
up.
crazy, bro. Was you really like just you know what I mean? You
can't
ain't
see
sick.
this
You just kind of just playing games over here. You and your baby
I don't
mama,
know if
man.
this is a
Like
verified
I
comment or
I
not.
thought that you told me you know you was unavailable. I didn't know you was unavailable because you was available with somebody else, bro. Like that's kind of crazy,
Well,
Deke. That's
you know I'm a
crazy.
company man, right?
That's just crazy, Deke. I just didn't know. This your baby mama saying this though, man.
You think I'd be calling off for all that? I'm a businessman.
A lot.
I'm sick, right?
Respect. That's what I thought. You know, that's what I thought. It was just at 1:14 a.m. I'm like, bro, that was real specific. It's real early, and I'm like, maybe you were preoccupied at 1:14. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It created a lot of questions on my end. That's all, man.
Okay, gotcha.
But other than that, though, I think we good.
I mean, I'll let my reputation speak for itself. I mean, you know me, right?
There it is.
What do you think?
He say, yo,
You make the call. Who do you believe? I guess that's what I'm asking. Who do you believe?
So you gonna put me between your baby mama? That's crazy, Deke. That's crazy. Why you want to put me between you and your baby mama, man? Don't put me in that position, man.
I've only called off one other time. In the 5 years of doing this,
I think that's
only
pretty
one
accurate,
time.
bro. Yeah,
and it was something like this.
It low key was.
Flu or something.
Yeah.
I missed the Jalen Warren interview.
That's low key what it was, bro. We had a little bit of a moment, man. But other than that, you've been solid, man. You've been rock steady, man. So you know what? I'm leaning on that, man. I'm with you, bro. Don't have your baby mama upset with me though, okay? But I'm gonna rock with you. All right, but just make sure you communicate that in a nice way so we won't have no issue because I know how your BMs be. You know what I mean? They pop in the chat, they take over at times. So salute y'all. And I wish you nothing but the best too with your relationship going forward too, all right?
Man, got fake news being thrown out there. It's tough. You don't know who to trust these days.
Listen, man, the internet doesn't lie, all right? I saw it on the internet. If you see it on the internet, it has to be real. Everybody knows that, bro. Everybody knows that. All right, so yeah, I think we're back good now. Let's see. Now, do you have any supers on your side that you can see, or I'm on me?
Oh, you can? I think I got them all. I got Richard Arbizo here.
Oh yeah, that's first one. Yep, yeah, that's perfect. Yep.
It says JMU, Pitt, and USC got dubs.
Let's get
Sucks
it.
to suck, TG.
Ooh, talk to the homie. Yeah, he took a big L. He took an L. A lot of the West Virginia fans took L's though, man. They was, feeling like it was almost heaven until it wasn't. Shout out to Penn State taking care of business though, man. But yeah, man, the winners win. That's what they say. So shout out to the Dukes. Shout out to the H2P Pitt Panthers, and of course, fight on. And yeah, that's how you do it, right? Fight on.
It's just, you would think the way TG was talking about West Virginia.
I'm serious,
bro. A
bro.
little bit of a better performance by them. A little bit of better of a showing.
He make it sound like across the board, everybody nice. Like, bro, he nice? That dude nice? I was skeptical though when I seen their quarterback talking about his favorite player. He likes to emulate his game after Baker Mayfield. I'm like, all right, bro, you playing with fire now, man. That's a dangerous one to want to be like, bro. And kind of came up short. Definitely came up short.
It's a little bit higher.
I was like, that's of all the quarterbacks, that's the one. It's like, yeah, I want to be like Baker Mayfield, man. I like his gunslinger bravado. I'm like, all right, good luck.
If you want to talk about college Baker, sure, that's fine. AJ Martinez says, love, respect, and blessings to all. Let's go 2-2. Love you, Michelle. Steeler Nation. Freak, yeah. Freak the Deke. Diggler55. For Vita. X1's Concepts in the chat. Shout out.
Let's get it. Always a pleasure to have the homie AJ Martinez rocking with us, man. Shout out. And he was sending a lot of well wishes and positive energy your way last week, Deke, when he knew you was down bad. All right, so salute the homie, man.
Cool. Let's get UW says the monumental collapse of FSU couldn't have happened to a more deserving team. All that talk all offseason to lose to two less than teams.
Ooh. I mean, it's
What are they talking this offseason?
I don't know if it was necessarily new convo. I do feel like a lot of the talk from last year stemming into this offseason was just, how everything played out once the quarterback got hurt. I think that was still kind of like the underlying thing. But I think the optimism was because DJ was there. That was supposed to be, all right, instead of us having to take this big drop down, maybe you're going to have more of a lateral approach because DJ was supposed to be really good. And obviously we know the reputation that he had coming in. But I think now after 2 games, they're seeing that, hey, this quarterback is not what we think he is. He's not play into the
Yeah, I
level
could have
that my
told him
man
that. I
last year
could
was
have told him
playing.
they're
Yeah.
wasting their time and money.
But you know how it is. You know how it is. It's like, bro, in terms of college quarterback names, DJ has been one of them names for the past 3 years. Where it's like, oh, he's excited, but is he good? He's excited, but is he consistent? And everybody kind of goes through that. I think at one point, I don't know if I was talking with you about it, but this was probably prior to him going to Oregon State. And we're like, man, would he go? Like, would you take him at Pitt? Or if he went to JMU, like, how would we respond to it? And I was like, at JMU, we would love him because, like, yo, at that level at the time, it made sense. But watching him now, you like, bro, you struggling, man. I don't know if it's like, who is going to be against, like, you might not be a quarterback all the way, bro. That could be the situation for the homie.
Yeah, he might have to follow Jerkovic's path.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like, be an athlete, bro. Like, yeah. Go lean on that a little bit more because
I saw him on a commercial too with a bunch of other college dudes.
Yeah.
I'm like, he don't belong. They had a bunch of the other star quarterbacks and stuff. I'm like, why is this guy on here?
Nah.
This commercial is not going to age well with him in it.
Not at all, man. But shout out to young Quinn Ewers, though, man. His commercial game going well right now.
Yeah, he might have even been on it. It was a Celsius commercial. They had about like 10 college dudes. I think a portion of them were quarterbacks, but they were like all stars, all guys that like I recognize.
Yeah, like good players. Yeah.
Yeah, they're good. This is a good choice to have him in this commercial. And then I saw DJ. I'm like, geez, oh man.
He say, yo, you belong.
Like,
who's
belong.
What is this? What is this? They were going for engagement, man, not realism. They say, yo, if we put DJ out there, he'll blend in. Enough people know his name. Yeah. Between Celsius and Dr. Pepper commercials, man. All right, shout out.
Let's get you dub. Says, man, Moats, I think we have our catch of the year already with that interception during the Robert Morris versus Utah State game. It was insane. The 360 one-handed grab is crazy.
Filthy.
I didn't see it. I got to check it out.
Dude, filthy. I'm talking like 30, 40 yards down. No, it's probably 40, 50 yards down the grass.
Who was it? Was it Robert Morris?
Yeah, it was the Robert Morris. Mossed? No, it was the Robert Morris kid. Yeah, he's in coverage and he's running with the dude and the ball's up and he literally like jumps up, one-hands it, but he's like reverse 360, catch that thing, one hand, plucks it out the air, drops, completes the catch. It was like, yo, that was insane. Because obviously with the UFC cat, some people are questioning if he actually controlled the catch going to the ground. So yeah, everybody doesn't give him that credit on his one hand, but the Robert Morris cat, it was for certain 360, one hand, grab that thing, whoop. Yeah, it was pretty fire, bro. But I don't know who exactly did it. I just obviously seen the clip of it. It was a fire clip to watching it, man.
Yeah, I have to check it out.
Yeah, it was clean. Shout out to Robert Morris, man. Shout out to the RMU cats over there, man.
The Steelmatic Network with G Honda. This is Moats. If we keep London and Pitts under 100 yards receiving plus early splash plays on defense, we got the dub in Atlanta.
Okay, shout out, because obviously we are going to start talking a little bit of the Falcons today, man. Some of their strengths, weaknesses that we have already kind of perceived a little bit about them, and then we come back on Thursday. We will be dropping our predictions as well, man. All right, so we definitely excited about that, man. Preview heavy on the game, man. But yeah, man, I like your mindset. I like where you at with this Stillmatic. We know that Drake London and Kyle Pitts, those are going to be their primary passing options. Along with a little Bajon. Gotta have a little Bajon out there. But no, it's going to be a vibe with them homies, though, man. Definitely excited for it to be the week 1 matchup, man. Everything is looking good for us, though, man. We just talked about some of the big picture storylines. Oh, Coach Tomlin's record versus the Falcons. Oh, all right, Coach Tomlin's record on Sundays at 1 o'clock games. Oh, the Falcons record versus the Steelers. Oh, and all this other stuff. It's like, all right, we kind of like everything. Everything looks good. All right, yeah. We struggle to kind of block. Don't really get a lot of pass rushing. All right, on paper, look good. We look good. So we definitely going to talk about that a little bit more, or a lot more in a little bit. Excuse me on that one, man.
Got a couple more chats that just rolled in. Dondre Azell says, if we start off hot, a 3-1 scenario, and the Raiders started off terrible, like always, could you see us making a push for Devante, who's already expressed his willingness to leave in his show on Netflix?
Well, that's interesting. I don't hate it. I mean, Devante Adams is an absolute dog. Like, yeah, he nice as heck. That instantly upgrades our receiving core to a level where none of us are talking about feeling not confident in it. We'll be the opposite. We'll be like, man, we have everything we need top to bottom. Like, line them up. Let's go play. But we just have to see, man. Obviously, it's multiple scenarios that have to take place in terms of us starting off hot, Raiders struggling, and the Raiders actually being okay with parting with Devante as well, man. And what would we be willing to actually give up to get him? Because I think that's gonna cost. Even if it's in season, I think that's gonna cost. So that's kind of how I look at it. How you feel about it, though, homie?
Yeah, I'll take Devante Adams.
What you willing to give up for the home? What you willing to give up for him then? Because it's gonna cost.
I don't know. I think we got to see where we're at as a receiver room. Like if Van Jefferson looks pretty good and Pat Freiermuth is maybe potentially like a pseudo wide receiver too with the amount of targets he's getting, GPs going off.
Yeah.
Maybe we're not as pressed to go out and get him. But if it's one of those scenarios where it's so obvious we need a second guy out there across from Pickens, then I'd be willing to give up more. So that all depends. Like I'd be willing to go first rounder, I think, if we obviously need him.
Okay.
If we don't need him that bad, then yeah, I don't know if I'm giving up any more than what we were offering for Ayuk. Maybe just like a second round pick or something. So you got to think he's already got the contract, and I don't know how much longer the contract goes for either. He's getting up there in age. Like he's great. It's just I don't think. Yeah, if we're looking all right, we're winning games. It's not a glaring hole. I don't think we got to give up anything crazy, or I wouldn't want to give up anything crazy.
Yeah, I can dig that, man. I'm back and forth, man. Every time I want to feel more confident in our receivers, I see a new report about something that makes me not feel confident in them again. I was feeling good, Deke. I ain't gonna lie, I was trying to lie to myself all weekend. Then I see Ben pop up on the podcast thing again. And I was like, yo, he talked about how he don't feel confident in receivers. That's his little concern. I'm like, Lord, 7, I need you to say it too, baby. Come on, man. I need somebody to give me some confidence in these guys. So until I get that confidence, man, I'm over here low key like, bro, we don't have to be desperate, but like I am a little like, come on, if it's Devante, man, bro, you can have this first rounder. I ain't even tripping, bro. What's up? Because he's already proven. I can go down this list of first rounders that are never going to come close to his type of success just in this class alone, man. And we start going back, and it's just like, yeah, this is already proven, man. And I feel like I can get at least 3 more up out of him. Like, if I get 3 more, that's good. That's house money, man. I'm straight. But that's kind of how I look at it, man. Just in the sense that I still feel like that's our biggest hole. And I do feel like we have a lot of other pieces in place, but we know there are some question marks still on the offense, man, whether we're talking protection, whether it's how we expect these quarterbacks to play in terms of Russ, for some of the other ones that are skeptical about Russ, if it's going to be Fields at some point. But it's just like, man, at least let me just take one other variable off the table. And I mean, obviously, a Devante Adams does that in a major way, but I also think that he's the force multiplier type as well. Very different than we're talking Brandon Ayuk, where it's like, can you do this? Nah, I know what Devante Adams, what he is, and also what that would bring to a GP, what that means for either one of these quarterbacks along with the running game. So when I think of all of that from an impact standpoint, I'm like, heck yeah, I'll go get that bid. But like you said, man, we know in this scenario, we need us to start fast and for them to start slow, and, you know, we'll see how that goes, man. But yeah, I'm definitely pro go get Devante, man. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I'd be willing to go up to a first round pick.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fair compensation. I don't know. Yeah, I wonder if we'd need to. I think that's the other question. Are there other teams out there willing to give up a first for Devante just like that? Maybe. I'm not exactly sure what his market is with his age and everything and his contract. Yeah. And it depends on maybe how he looks this year too. If Oakland's getting off or Vegas is getting off to a bad start and he's only got maybe like 100 yards through the first 4 games, that hurts his market a little bit.
But you know what we all going to say? You and I would say the exact same thing, though. Are we going to say that's a Devante Adams issue, or is that a byproduct of the quarterbacks in the offense and it being the Raiders issue? I think with Devante, we all going to side that it's the quarterback play, not necessarily him falling off. And we're going to all agree, hey, man, bring him over here. We think he just as productive and will be, you know, way nicer than what he's already been, just because we think our situation is better. So that's the only part where I'm like, I don't think the Raiders are going to just like part with him for crumbs, because they know what type of player he is. But you also look at their quarterbacks, and I look at their quarterback situation. I look at Minnesota's situation. I'm like, I can see if Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison were struggling at points this year because the quarterback situation is very different right now. You talk about the Raiders right now, their quarterback situation is like, which of those guys do you feel confident are going to be able to actually get, Devante the ball to actually have him producing like that? I don't trust any of them dudes like that per se.
Yeah, I don't think it would help his case though.
Yeah.
It wouldn't help his value.
No, that's
right?
fair.
But you would lean on giving Devante the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
But with his age and everything, it's not a great look if his numbers aren't that good.
Yeah.
So it could help a potential team that's trying to trade for him get that number or whatever you gotta give up to get him.
Yeah.
Get it down.
It'll be interesting though, man. We will see. Definitely something to, like I said, man, depending on how our wide receivers look, definitely something to keep an eye on though, man, because I don't think if we start out, whatever the record is in the first 4 games, but the wide receiver room or that number 2 spot doesn't look steady in the least bit, man, I can still see us being aggressive trying to make a move on something, man.
Cliff the Dark Knight, if the Steelers roll out Moore/Jones at left tackle/right tackle when the team rushes for over 200 yards, how hard would it be to insert Troy Fautanu into the lineup?
I think it'll be really hard, and I think it's supposed to be. If we're trying to be, this great unit and we want to actually have the best players out there, shouldn't it be you actually outperform the player to get on the field and not just because this is where you were drafted at, you get the fast pass to just jump over a guy that started in this league for multiple years and it's at good years? That's kind of how I look at it, man. And I just know from dudes in that locker room, man, you'll run into that similar feeling because it's like, you cut on that tape. I get it's preseason, but if that's all we're going off of for this season, Dan Moore was the best tackle that we had, and it wasn't close. So to just pull him out after you're saying us rushing for 200 yards just for the sake of trying to get the rookie out there, I think that you would send a very, not cool message to the squad, man. And then, if Troy does struggle like we did see him in the preseason early on, obviously it was his only game in the preseason, but if that were to be the case or it continues, now we're playing the game of, do we pull Troy back off the field and put Dan out there? And now how does that whole situation work? Or when you put Troy out there, does Dan now become trade bait? Because we know a lot of people have talked about that, right? If he's this good or if he's good enough to start, but we don't like him to that extent, why don't we utilize him to get another asset in here? Well, those are a lot of ripples that come off of that type of move. So that's why for me, I'm kind of cool with Troy having to sit until it's an injury or somebody's just not consistently playing well. I don't care if it's Dan or Broderick. If one of them dudes are struggling, it's like, let's start flipping and going through some, utilizing some of these other players. But until then, I'd want to just, start with that group right there in terms of Dan at left and Broderick at right. That's kind of how I would do it, at least.
Yeah, it's not necessarily about who it is with their name on the back of the jersey. If they're just flat out right playing good, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
I
my
know we
thing.
want to
It's
see
like,
Fautanu, but if Dan Moore's balling out and Broderick is the regular season version of Broderick, he lets that preseason version of himself die in the preseason, then, I'm not in any rush to put Fautanu in there. But you're right, too. Like, if either of them start struggling, why not? After a few weeks into this, start messing around with different combinations.
Well, because that's
but
the
if
thing.
we go for 200 yards on the ground, I'm good with the O-line.
I'm like, we go for 200. Like, he ain't say, we go for 80, $120. He's like, I'm like, bro, 200 yards. That means we're moving people off the ball. I don't care about the feelings when that's happening because the production is there. And now it's like, how do you justify taking him off the field if that's the case? And up until this point, what have we seen from Troy in stadium to say, he does deserve to be out there over Broderick, or he does deserve to be out there over Dan? We haven't even gotten to that point just yet because he obviously got hurt in the preseason. But that's my other part where it's like, man, the one dude that I saw have consistently good tape in all 3 preseason games was Dan Moore. But that's the guy that we're going to just be in such a hurry to get off the field because he wasn't drafted in the first round like Troy or Broderick. Like, I just don't agree with that per se. But like I said, man, if either one of them dudes start slacking, man, Troy, you first up. You already know what time it is, man. Get out there.
Yeah, if Dan Moore starts sucking, then that's a different story. But
way different story.
Throughout these preseason games, he's looked the best.
Yeah. So you say that's
I'm with
how
you.
I look at it,
I don't think we got to be in a rush for it.
Yeah. It's a good problem to have, though. When you got first rounders, when you have talent, it's a good problem to have.
Yeah. Nanzito says anytime touchdown for Najee and GP.
Ooh, I like that. I like that, especially for this week, man. We know, number one, both of those guys treat the Georgia Dome like it's their crib, or excuse me, in this case, the Falcons home like it's their crib, the Mercedes-Benz Dome. All right. But yeah, either way, man, both of them dudes got to touch paint. GP, this is the weird part for me. I low-key feel like Najee has I don't know, I just feel like he's definitely going to get it. GP, it's either going to be an explosive or I think it's going to be a struggle. Because I do like their secondary a little bit. We'll talk about it obviously later on. But that's my only one. I'm just like, ooh. But Naj, I'm like, yo, Naj's getting in the end zone, bro. Naj's going to touch this paint.
My only concern for Najee is just based off what I saw from our run game in preseason. Like, whenever he's out there, if the O-line can't block,
yeah, it can get bad.
If the O-line's blocking, like Cliff the Dark Knight was saying, we're getting 200 yards, then yeah, obviously Najee's going to score. But
Najee's still following people and jumping on people. He go for 200, man.
When Najee's out there, typically that tips the hand a little bit that we're going to run.
Yeah.
And then if we have another, like an additional tight end or two out there, it's like, okay, defense is playing the run here. We just gotta execute. We just gotta block really good and open up the lanes for not. Like, there's nothing wrong with it whenever you're actually gaining yards and executing the play really well. But that's my one concern for Najee. If the O-line isn't up to snuff right away with some of these injuries and the inconsistent play that we saw in the preseason, then we might have to get more let Russ cook version of him in Seattle versus like the early days. Seriously, if we're just running into brick walls like we were in the preseason, we might just have to drop back and let Russ sling it.
Hey, man. That's
my only concern. But I think, obviously, we're going to want to run the ball. But it's just that if it's not looking pretty, we might just have to ditch the playbook and let Russ cook.
Nah. I do feel confident in Russ's ability to do that. My only concern with that is just the protection part of it, man. We know
that's true too.
We got to make sure we got that part squared away before we start dropping back, 30 plus times, man, and let Russ cook. Because, the statistics do reflect that Russ or Justin Fields past couple years have been the most sacked quarterbacks, man. We get that. So I'm like, let's not add to that on top of this protection situation already being a little bit up and down. You know what I mean?
I'm just picturing the scenario, though. You tell me what you're thinking. If you're going up against this on defense, we're in the red zone. We're at like the 10.
Mm-hmm.
We got like 2 or 3 tight ends out there. Najee's out there. It's like
base.
We know exactly what we're doing. So
get ready to stop the run. Give me Sam.
Is that how we score a touchdown? You know what I mean? I think it's more likely that it's maybe Jaylen Warren. It's a little bit more spread out. We catch the defense off guard, as opposed to now. Listen, man. If we're blocking good and everything, then this is the Titans' offense from a few years back with Derrick Henry. Like, you just can't even stop it, which I hope we can do. I'm just basing it off how this O-line looked in preseason. I'm like, are we built for that right now? Like, everyone in the stadium knows we're running. You ain't gonna be able to stop it. I just don't know if we're there yet. I think in December, like late in the season, we'll get there because we have been getting there the last 2-3 years.
True. Yeah.
But I'm just wondering.
Well, I think of that.
I really hope so.
So I agree with you. I think of that. I also think of the Isaac Seumalo element as well. I mean, with him in the unit, I think very differently about our ability to push guys and win in the trenches, short yardage situations. Him out of the lineup. Now I'm looking. How
long is he out for?
Probably a month. That's what I was seeing.
Oh, man.
With the pec part. So, so it's like, you deal with that, and we'll see what he looks like when he does return. But now, instead of it just being a young player or a rookie at center, now it's young player at center, young player at left guard, young player at right tackle, potentially younger player at left tackle. At some point, if Dan Moore is removed from the starting lineup, I'm just like, give it some time to gel, man. That's going to need some time, because whenever you start talking about young players being out there, just from the experiences, man, it's hard to just rely on those guys each and every week giving you this. It's usually they getting good, have a little bit of stuff, a little bit of drop off, good, a little bit of a drop off, good. So instead of it being linear, we got to kind of deal with that up and down progression with it. It's fun, but in the trenches, we know, man, bad plays from them, quarterbacks getting hit or running backs getting hit in the backfield. So that's just what we have to just be a little bit more aware of. But, you know, it's going to be interesting, man. It'll be interesting.
I think if I had to pick between those two, I think I would lean Pickens.
Yeah. Okay.
I think I'd pick Warren over Najee, too.
Ooh.
With all due respect. Maybe even Cordell Patterson.
Jeez. So
Booth.
when I think of all those guys, I think they'll have better opportunities, better matchups. I just think when we get into them trenches, those goal lines, I think that it's going to be the, give it to Najee show.
I agree with you. It's just,
And
are we going to be able to do
like,
it? Are we going to be able to
I mean,
I hope so.
It's
I hope
hard to tackle Najee, man. If we talk about, can my man get 2 to 3 yards? I'm like, Najee will give you that. I feel like just him just downhill, you hit him, he's going to fall forward for 1.5 yards, man. So that's why I'm thinking, like, he'll have to get in. I think for GP, it's, he's going to hit a bomb on somebody. And that bomb is either for the touchdown.
If we get down to like the one or the two,
Yeah.
obviously, yeah. Najee has the best chance. But, man, I think at every other point up till that, I don't know.
Oh, man.
I think it's free reign for any of the other players out there.
Nah. So like I said, it'll be interesting, man. It will definitely be. Jeez.
We got LS Lee. 'Tis the season, boys. Who's your top sleepers this year?
Top sleepers. I mean, he ain't a sleeper.
I think if Roman Wilson can get on the field, it'll be good for us.
Yeah, I know who I've been hollering about, Herbig. But like I said, I don't know if he's still a sleeper because now a lot of people are seeing him in the preseason. But that's still my guy.
He might get 10 sacks as the third guy.
I'm like, he just needs opportunity. But that's been my dude I've been hollering about since OTAs. I would still stand on it. If he gets a chance, man, watch out for the young kid. If he gets a chance, man, watch out for him, man. So I'm going to roll with that one, man.
I like Trice, too, on defense.
Yeah. Trice, man, he has the opportunity to play a lot, too, man. I could definitely see that. You know what? Give me DeMarvin Leal. He could come back from a drop-off last season. He's had a hot off-season, a hot training camp, preseason. We roll with young Leal. He'll be one of those guys then.
I like that. AJ Martinez says 14 takes one to the house. 76 yards for Najee, 2 touchdowns. 125 yards on 20 carries.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. Hold on. He's saying Pickens. Let me clear this up. Pickens takes one to the house at a 76-yarder.
Oh.
And then Najee has 2 touchdowns, 125 on the ground on 20 carries.
Oh,
Muth gets 90 yards and a touchdown. Boz gets a 46-yard field goal. He says, let's go Lexi, let's go Champ, and let's go AJ.
I like it. Why only 46 yards, though? I can't get a 50-plus for the homie Boz in week 1, man. Just to remind Deke what real-life kicking look like, man. Come on, bro.
We give Boz a little bit of a day off, an easy day.
I want my homie to hit a 52-yarder, man. 52-yarder before the half. You know what I mean? Give me something like that.
That'd be cool.
That's
it for the supers.
I like it. And we had one that came here quick from Nan Zito. He says, our practice squad wide receivers are super underrated with our offense. Okay. How you feel about that, Deke?
I don't even know who they are.
You ain't know. Oh, my gosh.
Did we bring back Des Fitzpatrick?
Let me
Des
pull
Fitzpatrick's one of them. I agree with him.
So that's the only one that you need that do it for you?
Yeah, he's looked good every time I see him out there.
Okay, let me get the official.
Mr. Reliable. He catches every ball, gets open.
Let's see, because I know they had 1 or 2 updates last time I had checked it.
Like, I haven't seen any big names come across whenever you're talking about picking up practice squad guys.
Yeah.
Looks like we had Marquez Callaway, we had a Denzel Mims.
I got you
I didn't
right
notice anyone
here.
bigger names than that.
So we got some big names. You ready for this big name? This is a big name. Boston Scott. You heard of him before. Jonathan,
that's a running back, though.
Yeah, Jonathan Wardy back in the building. Jack Coletto. All right, he made it back. Ben Skowronek. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Brandon Johnson. We know
Super Bowl
you little
champion.
teams. Yeah, Brandon Johnson.
I think he dropped a pass or 2 in that Super Bowl, didn't he?
It's a possibility that could have occurred, yes. And then, of course,
almost the GOAT.
Almost. Quez Watkins. He's back in the building as well.
Is he?
Okay. Yeah, shout out to Quez.
Yeah. All right.
Rodney
I like
Williams.
that comment then. He's not. Yeah, it's a good comment.
We got some guys. We got a little pre squad action going on. Hey.
No Des Fitzpatrick.
No, Des unfortunately was not a part of the congregation. Let me Damn, I just switched
Is
off
he
that
on the
screen
main
too.
team?
Let me. No, he shouldn't have been up there. No, because the last receiver that we
No.
had kept was Scotty Miller. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we only
Yeah,
got
man,
5.
just didn't make it, man. Just wasn't his time for right now.
Damn. Okay. Yeah, Skoronek's not a bad pickup. Quez Watkins being on the practice squad, you could do worse. That's not terrible.
Yeah. That's it, man. All things considered, I think we'd be all right. Be all right with that.
All right, I think that's it then for the chats up to this point.
All right, well, let's start it off, man, because we did officially get some team captains being named, and might have an update on one of them once we get some verification in a second. But how'd you feel, man? In terms of team captains, man, we do have officially those guys listed and named. Russell Wilson, obviously the big dog. Shout out to the quarterback being the team captain. Cam Heyward, man, record was it 10th time being a captain now, man? So salute the homie for that. Then after that, man, we have TJ Watt also being named to the captains list. And last but certainly not least, shout out to the one and only Miles Killebrew, man, Mr. Mr. Special Teams Pro Bowl. You know, obviously, man, how he do his thing and stuff like that, man. But those are the 4 team captains for the squad this year, man. So what was your thoughts on those dudes, man?
It's pretty much chalk. It's as expected.
Yeah.
I think quarterback's been a captain for how long? Like Ben, obviously.
I mean, yeah,
but even when we brought in Mitch, he was the captain.
Because Mitch got his one, and
year.
then Kenny got his one, man. So yeah, we did get that.
Russ is going to be the captain.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, defense, Cam and TJ have been captains the last like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
Miles Killebrew, he was a captain last year.
I think the only one that's alternated was, I think, TJ and Minka. One of those years they flipped. Like, it was like one was on, one was off, and then it came back to TJ being back on the rest of them.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't really. It's pretty much what I would have expected. Could you say we should have had another offensive guy in there?
I mean,
Najee was a captain a few years back.
I was about to say Najee has definitely had his moments as a captain.
Was it Pickens this time? Or do we need?
I feel like Pickens still too young. Yeah,
do we need a year from him?
We need a year for the Hobie Pickens,
no
man.
Nonsense year from him.
Just give me 1 year. If you give me 1 year, captain him up, man. But it's like just let me see that one just full length for the year. All right, let me see that on the front end, man. But I like the group though, man. I thought that and I do see some people in the chat talking about Patrick Queen potentially being one of the missing names. I wouldn't have.
How many guys can you do per side?
I don't think there's an official rule on it. I think the 1 year, we had like 4 or 5. It might have been 5 guys at one point. I feel like it was Ben and Pouncey on offense. We had Cam and maybe Shea was on defense, and then we had Boz for special teams, I want to say. Or Rob G was on special teams for a while. So it was like, I felt like we've had 2 and 2 beforehand, but I don't think there's like a hard rule one way or the other. But I mean, offensively, I don't know if there's another guy outside of Naj that I would have been like, yeah, man, this dude, that seemed like the captain over there. But like you said, on defense, Cam, TJ, heck, Patrick Queen, I wouldn't have been surprised if Atlanta Roberts could have been one of them captains, man. Minka Fitzpatrick, because like I feel you have a lot more of the veteran leaders, a lot more of the established leaders, whether they are vocal guys or lead by example guys. I feel like you have more options on the defensive side of the ball, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're good picks.
I like it, man.
I don't really have much more to add.
I like it. Well, I just needed something to transition and buy some time because shout out to the homie Jeremy Fowler. Initially, rocking with us on that Steelers rock out beat report style, but now he's obviously big wigging the ESPN National. But he did just report officially 12 minutes ago that one of our team captains, the guy by the name of Cam Heyward, the 6-time Pro Bowler, did officially just agree to a 3-year deal worth $45 million with $29 million in new money and $16 million fully guaranteed. So shout out to the homie Killer Cam. Obviously, we know he's 35, so the 3-year extension will have him under contract till 38. I like it. So yeah, man, how you feeling about the new deal, man? To Killer Cam. Shout out to the homie getting that new money too, man.
Looks good to me. Sounds about around the number we were talking about that would make sense for him. Not the 25 million
25.
per that would have put him up in like the top 5 defensive
Yeah.
tackle, nose tackle range. 3 years, 45 million. That's 15 per year.
It's
I don't
clean,
know
man.
how this is. I don't know how this is all getting orchestrated with the new money and you know what I mean. All that, like, what portion of it goes to the cap hit now
Yeah.
versus next year and the years following. But just on the surface here, 3 years, 45, 15 per. I'm completely fine with that. And if Cam can get back this year to old Cam, then he's outplaying that contract.
100%.
Although,
man.
I don't know how this is gonna work either, too. Like, because his cap hit wasn't it 20? It was at like 20 something
20
plus
something. Yeah.
for this year. So maybe that takes his cap hit down. Either way, like if we got a vintage Cam Heyward season, he's outplaying the contract already. And then if he can age and be like a Jerome Bettis for us, like Jerome Bettis was for those that Super Bowl run in like 04 and 05 and everything. If he could be that guy for us on defense, nice rotational piece with some of the young dudes, then I think that'll be worth it.
Yeah. And
for like those last 2 years, you know?
Well, and I also kind of look at it from an organization standpoint too. They only are guaranteeing the 16 million, right? So in theory, you're just guaranteeing another year on that deal, right? If we're saying, man, 15 years, 16 mil per, you know what I mean? So it's like the Steelers, even though the number is bigger in terms of the 3 for 45, 29 million in new money, the only guarantee portion is just 16 mil. So for the Steelers, they're going to still feel like they have an out if Cam can't return back to form. We know last year he dealt with the injuries, had the multiple surgeries. That was a reflection on the stats, right? But prior to last year, he went back-to-back double-digit sacks, was an all-pro and everything like that. So up until last year, he had been aging like a fine wine, and we both agreed he was outplaying the contract that a lot of us were a little bit skeptical of at the time when he initially signed it. So to me, man, if he can stay healthy and just get back to what he was a year ago, then yeah, man, we have house money, and now the organization, in another year can figure out, man, how do we get more guaranteed, or what do we want to do with that? But I think at least you buy yourself time. Yeah, it buys you time. If he doesn't work out, the Steelers have an out. If he does work out, the Steelers still don't feel like we're forced or locked into this. So I think on both sides, I like the deal, man. I think it's a good move, man.
Mark on, man.
Shout out to the con man, bro. Con man getting active, man.
Yeah, hey. He ain't making a deal he doesn't want to do.
Now that's facts, man. If y'all digging Cam Heyward getting that new extension, that new money, and all food being on the homie, y'all hit that like button one time for the coach, and don't forget to subscribe. A shout out to Killer Cam, new money. Love to see that, man. Love to see it. Yeah, Omar in his bag lately, bro. Omar is not, he ain't playing no games, man.
Yeah, Cam just started off the conversation with these type of numbers. I don't think anyone would have been
changes everything
debating whether or not he deserves an extension. If this was always what he was going to be willing to sign, then it's just a nice little deal for both sides, I think, like everything you laid out.
But now my other thing was
gives him some added security, gives him a little extra money in his pocket, which he deserves. But then, if it ain't working out, the Steelers have their outs. That's what it looks like to me right now as we sit here, like knee-jerk react. Like it's I don't know, solid move.
Let them get them outs with it, man. It is just like crazy though, because earlier today, man, you were seeing the reports where it was looking like it was going the opposite direction. They were saying it doesn't sound like they're going to get a deal done. It doesn't seem like they're close to, being able to finalize the extension. Maybe this is Cam's final season. Maybe he won't be a one helmet guy. But now, a couple hours later, to have the shift in the reports be that he does get the deal done, and it's a number that makes sense, at least from the organization standpoint. Hopefully for Cam, he feels good about it. It makes good sense to him. I mean, 16 mil fully guaranteed. We ain't tripping on that part. So, that's a dope situation for the homie, man. But like I said, man, I just like it across the board. I think it's a good business, man. And keep my dude in one jersey, man. Don't have his Pro Football Reference having, 30 different uniforms and numbers up there, man. Give him some integrity, all right? Cam got integrity in this league, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, that's the other thing about this. He's meant to be a Steeler for life.
Nah, facts, man. It's Kelly Cam,
He's meant to be.
It's Cam.
And, I mean, there is a world where he does play this contract out and very well. Like that he could come back this year and be a top 5 guy again, top 10 guy. Now, I don't know if he stays a top 5 guy for the last 2 years of this deal, but could he still be in that top 10 range, top 15, top 20 range for the last 2 years? Sure. And then that would still make the contract worth it. But even if I don't know, even if the Steelers don't feel that strongly that he can keep it up, we could just get out of it then.
Yeah. Like you said, and that's the flexibility. When I saw that just the 16 was guaranteed, but everything else is kind of just
Yeah, is
numbers
that
that are out there.
16 just for this year then?
That's what I was trying to figure out, because I'm like, if that's the case, then all you did was essentially just guarantee this year and push the can down for the other years with the kind of like show money, right? The 29 new money, $45 million deal. It's like, all I saw was the 16 mil is fully guaranteed, but it doesn't say if that was guaranteed at signing or if that's going to be split up over the 2 seasons or however long, you know what I mean?
Right.
But at least we know that's officially going to be the dead money that the Steelers going to be on the hook for, the 16 mil that's fully guaranteed. After that, it's just depending on, you know, if they keep him on the active roster and stuff like that going forward. But yeah, I'm like, if it's just for this year, well then shoot, all you did was just give him just this year guaranteed. But if it's in addition, then at least you know this year and next year he has guaranteed money on that contract. So that's the part that we're waiting on. Obviously, this was what, 17 minutes ago, so it's still freshly coming out right now in terms of the details
there's nothing
of it.
on Spot Rack yet.
Yeah,
I checked.
Yep, and I literally had to go to the Twitter to even find, you know, the details that much of the deal, man. Because even like I said, when you're googling it, they still hadn't even updated it to that extent just yet, man. But I think, like I said, that's gonna be an interesting part. If it's just this year is the 16 mil is fully guaranteed, think next year we kind of in the same convo. But if it's next year where that 16 is fully guaranteed, like I said, then he's locked in at least for this year and next year.
Yeah, which is fine too.
Yeah. Well, I like it though, man.
Either or.
Hey, pay us 30 and up players, man. Trent Williams, they got the bag. I done seen Cam get the bag. Is Ayuk over 30? No, Ayuk ain't over 30 yet, so he don't get included in this, all right? But anybody that's over 30 getting paid by the league, man, salute y'all boys, man.
Did Trent Williams just get his deal?
Yeah, he got his deal done. Heck yeah. That actually just got reported low-key like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, 14 minutes ago.
Oh, wow.
The Niners restructured Trent Williams, 3-year, $82.66 million deal, and it includes $48 million in guarantees now. Shout out. God, dog, 48.
I hate the 49ers.
Oh, my God. 48.
I literally hate the 49ers.
Yo, how did they do it? How did they do it? I don't know how they do it, bro. I don't know how they do it, man.
Yeah, they paid Ayuk 30.
This is crazy, bro.
They just paid Trent Williams this amount. They have McCaffrey. They have Kittle.
Like,
they have Deebo Samuel.
Bro, they got Javon
those dudes on defense.
Javon Hargrave is still over there getting paid, and you get 48 mil just laying it right here. Trent, take 48 guaranteed right now, bro.
I get it. Brock Purdy's on the rookie deal right now, but
bro, what's the corner?
Still ain't even adding up.
Shavarius Ward is over there on the second contract, man. Like, what we talk? Fred Warner, Greenlaw, man. It's a lot. Bosa, what? Yeah, man. They just turned the salary cap off for these past like. This got to be the last year. Bro.
I better see them making some trades or cutting some of these players next offseason.
Yeah, because like you said, the numbers aren't adding up, bro. I don't know how they've done this, but shout out to the Niners, man. They got a cap god over there, clearly.
Yeah, I hate them. Dude, how about that we didn't even get to talk about because I was obviously down bad last week. Ayuk, he re-signs with the Niners, and then literally like a day or two after, Purcell gets shot.
Bro, that was actually nuts, man. Yeah, bro. Like, man, I'm so glad that Purcell is all right and survived. God, dog, I'm like, bro, what? Got shot. Yeah, bro. Nuts, man.
Would Ayuk have upped up his number if he wasn't signed yet?
Oh, you are.
Would he have been like, now I want 35. You waited too long.
Pay me 40. He took it in the chest. He ain't coming back anytime soon. 40. Yeah, I know my worth. No. I mean, in all seriousness, man, like I said, we are glad that Purcell is all right, but interesting leverage tactic, man. If he could have waited, interesting leverage tactic, man. Interesting leverage, all right?
It would have been weird timing, though, too. I think people would have been questioning Ayuk.
Hey, Ayuk, where was you at on the day in question, all right?
Yeah. All of a sudden, Purcell's out. Now you're upping your contract number up. Yeah. So come on, what's going on here?
Can I see your text message thread? Who have you been corresponding with over the past 24 hours, all right?
Yeah, that was wild. That was absolutely wild.
Yeah, I definitely forgot. Yeah, I forgot that did happen, man. That's crazy, bro. Is this back-to-back years where an NFL player has gotten shot in the offseason now? Because I'm trying to think with Brian
Tank
Robinson.
Dell got shot earlier this offseason.
That was early this offseason. I'm thinking Brian Robinson. Wasn't that in training camp last year prior to the season started? Yeah.
I think so.
Like, bro, that's crazy, man. Y'all got to be safe out here, man. Stay safe out here, please.
I think we got another super rolling in here. Unless you have anything more to say about The Cam
Nah,
contract.
man. Nah, I think we was good on the Cam contract. People was in here just trying to figure out if their coworker got shot, can they go back to the negotiating table? Listen, man, I can't. I don't have nothing for that. All right, if your coworkers get shot, bro, don't ask me that question, please. They're like, can I use that for leverage at my ball at my job? I don't know. I don't know. It might be frowned upon. That's what I will say. But
Might be suspicious, yeah.
It's kind of like if your significant other passes, you call in within 24 hours. And what that insurance policy talking about, man? When I get that payout, it just looks janky. That's all we saying. It just looks janky. All right. So yeah, like I said, I'm glad that everything worked out for all those parties involved. All right, you got his money. Purcell is alive. The bad guy was caught. All right, so everything's good. Tom J. Tom with some yes you can. Stop it, man. Stop it. I like it, man.
Yeah, I guess you got to view the landscape and do what's best for you.
Yo, Alex, all good time. What's some Deke about to set up a hit? Nah, Deke, don't stand up. Don't be doing all that, Deke, man. Deke looking around like, hold on, man. So if I knock him off and him off, all right, wait a minute. No. Everybody's good. Everybody's good, all right? Someone got to capitalize.
Life's more than money.
Thank you, bro. It's way more than that, man. Come on.
Nah. We got Bruce Masterovich says Lyman played a 40 sometimes. Cam wins with size and strength, not speed. If he's healthy, I'm not worried.
Nah, I agree with you, man. Cam's game has been able to age because he is a technician. Guys that live solely on athleticism, the game catches up because you get older. And these younger guys coming into the league are, the newer versions of ourselves. So in order to see dudes be able to play, for generations like we're seeing, or not generations, but for a decade plus like we're seeing with Cam, it's because he's so fundamentally sound. His hand placement, his pad level, his work ethic, his attention to detail in terms of film study, all those things show up on tape. And outside of him being hurt, that's the only time when you physically see him unable to execute these things. Whereas if you're an elite, athlete, a guy that can jump really high, is very explosive out of his stance, and that's what he's lived on, it's like, yo, eventually you are going to get a little bit older. That whole father time narrative is real. Your body does change. And it's like, man, how do you offset the loss in athleticism? And yeah, if you don't have that technical backing, that foundation, man, it's going to be a lot harder for you to kind of age the way Cam has been aging, man. And we see it every year with different players, man, where it's like, oh, this guy's a freak. And now all of a sudden he just dropped off the cliff. And you're like, yo, what happened? It's like, man, he never evolved. He never was able to keep getting better. And fundamentally, typically, there's going to be some type of flaw with that as well, man.
Heavy-handed Vaughn joined the upper room.
Shout out to heavy-handed Vaughn. And welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Shout out to everybody that's in here with us today, man. We appreciate y'all rocking with us. Even when we virtual, y'all still showing up, man. So all y'all that are with us today, hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe. From the heart, man. It means a lot to us, baby. And of course, it's week 1 officially, Deke. We officially official now, man. It's crazy we done survived the whole another offseason together too, man. I like it, bro. We almost at 600 episodes, man. We cooking over here, Deke. Let's keep it going.
I'm pumped for this Friday game.
Heck yeah, bro. It's going to be a vibe, man. Shoot, because we got Thursday football in terms of the opener, and then we do got the Brazil game. Yeah. Bro, I can dig it. I can dig it, man. Obviously, we'll talk a lot. Yeah, because you know what? I'm going to make sure, Deke, I'm going to be responsible this year, okay? I'm going to hold us accountable. We're going to get our show picks every week, man, all right? All right. So Thursday show, we're going to make sure we get our around the league picks in, all right? And we keep in tally. Okay, but from week 1, because I'm tired of you, I whoop you and all of a sudden you start getting janky with the numbers. You're like, oh man, I think I won. See, this is what I'm talking about. You get real janky and just start throwing out outlandish 2-1s. I think I'm 3-0 personally, but this is what we're saying. So we just got to keep it documented. All right, so we're gonna make sure that we do this each and every week, and I'm gonna be responsible over here. All right, but yeah, I think that it's 3-0. It's 3-0 for me.
All right, what we got now?
All righty. You know what? I actually don't know. So let's find out. Here we go. Graphic pop-up. All right, we talking strengths and weaknesses for the Atlanta Falcons, man. You ready to turn the page? It is game week. It is game week, Deke. All right. So when it is game week, for those of you that do not know, we like to do it a couple of ways, all right? We know if we just simply said, Deke, or to the fans, how y'all feel about the Falcons? Y'all gonna tell us they suck, they can't do anything good, we're gonna beat them by 1,000, they washed, they old, none of their young players are good, and all this other stuff. And, I'm all for that. But at the same time, we do like to have just a little bit of professional respect for the opposition. So we like to break it down into two things, man. We break down one category, we call it strengths. We're going to talk about things that when we watch the Falcons, we like, we think that they do this well. Now, to what degree, that's different. But it's like, we do think that they are capable of that. And then we're also going to talk about the weaknesses as well, man. Places where we think that we should be able to exploit them and hopefully have a lot of success versus them, man. But, like I said, that's how we're going to get this convo rolling. So, Deke, do you want to start it off with the strengths, or you want me to start it off with, a couple of strengths that I got on my side, man?
Yeah, I can start it off.
All right, let's get it.
First thing I got written down here is talent. Like, they got some talented players, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah.
Bijan Robinson, he was a top 10 pick just a year ago. Drake London, he was another top 10 pick 2 years ago. Their O-line's pretty solid. I mean, that's actually the second strength. I jumped ahead of myself a little bit. But on defense, you got Justin Simmons, who they just signed. He's an all-pro, all-world safety. They already had Jesse Bates, signed him last year from the Bengals, who, he had a really good season last year. I got to give him some respect. He's still no Minkah Fitzpatrick, but hey, he had a few picks, had some nice plays. He's in the top 5. He's in the top 5. He's in the top 3. He's up there. AJ Terrell,
I love it.
Quarterback. Grady Jarrett, he's a multi-time Pro Bowler on that defensive line. They got some talented players. I mean, Michael Penix, their backup quarterback, he's pretty talented. And then, that's the first of the strengths. Just overall, like, good quality, talented players.
Yeah.
Second, I alluded to it, is their offensive line. They probably got the top 5 offensive line in this league, so that's going to help them in the run game. Pass protection, all that stuff, help out Kirk Cousins back there. And then my third strength is the newness of this team. I'll give Cousins some credit. I'm not a Cousins guy, but in particular, like, them just having a new quarterback in-house here. Like, that's going to give them at least a few more wins. But they also have an overall newness to this team, too. Like, they have a bunch of new players. I already mentioned Justin Simmons. They got Matthew Judon, who they just traded for. Now, I do think he is a little bit over the hill, more on the back end and everything. But adding him, that's not going to hurt you at all. They brought in Darnell Mooney on the offensive side, a receiver. So, like, they're just a whole, like, fresh element to this team, which is, I think, what they needed after these last 3 years with Arthur Smith down there. And Arthur Smith, I'm not even ripping on him or anything. It's just that dynamic, that vibe wasn't right. And if anything, I do blame more of the quarterbacks that he had, like Desmond Ridder and Heineke, Mariota, like that mess that he had to deal with. It's actually maybe more of a compliment to Arthur Smith that he was able to go 7-10 these last couple of years with those guys. Because Ridder just got cut by the Cardinals.
He did, bro.
Like, literally, he was the Falcons' future starting quarterback these last 2 seasons, and he gets cut. So Falcons needed a re-up. They needed a refresh, and you could do worse than bringing in Kirk Cousins and a couple of those other guys that I named. So that should help them. I mean, you go from 7, and that should help them at least get to 500 bare minimum, I would say, for this season. And in that weak division, that's the NFC South. So I think they're looking at 9-8, 10-7 for this season. Yeah. Just by the additions they got personnel wise.
Yeah. I like it, bro. I like it. You got any more? I ain't want to cut you off. I ain't cutting you off.
No, that's good. No, that's it.
Okay. I mean, we got a lot of similarities, man. In terms of how we view the Falcons, in terms of the strengths. You broke down a ton of the new additions. So kind of for me, man, I just said, their overall talent. I was agreeing with you, man. Matthew Judon, Bijan,
I forgot
those
to say
type
Kyle
of dudes.
Pitts.
Yeah, like Pitts is a monster, man. Or at least athletically and matchup wise. We know production. We want to see more consistency from him. But they got talent on, offense, defense, skill position, trenches. Like, they have players. And I think that's one of the ones where it's like, you can't allow how we perceive the Falcons as a whole to make you overlook the fact they actually got some good players that can beat you if you don't come down there and operate like they're professionals. I mean, you talk about Kirk Cousins, right? we laugh about him because he's obviously the lightning rod topic of you're not an elite quarterback, but let's be real. You look at his numbers the past 5 seasons and put him up versus a lot of other quarterbacks, and it's like he's going to be in that top half every single time just based off of what he's able to do. Now, in terms of how does that replicate, does that give you big postseason wins when it's, the road is getting narrow and it's a single elimination, you have to be perfect? Nah, not so much. But in regular season, Kirk Cousins has been one of them dudes the past couple of years in the regular season, man. And that's the thing that I do feel like benefits the Falcons in a major way, having that calming presence, kind of like what we talk about with Russ being here. It's a different level of confidence with your team. It's a different level of confidence with your offense when you have a proven QB1. Kirk didn't get $100 million because he sucks. Kirk got $100 million because he's going to give you 4,000 passing yards. We know this is what he does. We go talk about can he do it in the postseason and consistently do it week after week. That's a different convo. But regular season wise, he's in that Dak convo. We talk about it like, they can do this, man. They think, dot you up a lot, man. So I just think for the Falcons, they're finding a lot of confidence in that because with that offensive line, he should be able to play well. So I think that they feel good about that. I also think that from a defensive standpoint, they revamped the secondary, man. Not overhaul because we know Bates was already there coming off of a career year where, he did lead the league in picks. But to bring in a Justin Simmons, man, we wanted Justin Simmons. That's a dude that we talked about like, hey, man, he could come here. So him being down there, when you talking Jesse Bates, AJ Terrell, Justin Simmons, that's a pretty legit secondary. Then you talk about, like I said, adding Matthew Judon up to the front with the Grady Jarrett. And now you're like, okay, is this the guy that's going to be your consistent one-on-one pass rush winner? It's still questions with Judon because he's coming off of an injury in his own right. But you look at what he's done these past couple of seasons, it's like, he's been a high double-digit sack guy, man. So you kind of have to respect that. And I definitely love the new coaching staff. Man, when you talk about Raheem Moore coming in there, it's a certain energy and excitement that comes with that. And I think that a lot of those guys believe in him. And I think that they're also because of what we saw happen in Houston last year, right? With D'Amico Ryans and how they were able to have success out the gate, a defensive coach. I think a lot of Atlanta fans are kind of looking at Raheem Moore and saying, well, shoot, when you was out in LA, you were thriving, killing. That defense was doing what it's supposed to do. You won a championship. Why can't you come here and do the exact same thing that we saw D'Amico Ryan do? And you kind of got 2 options at quarterback with Kirk. And if that doesn't work out the way you want it, you still got Michael Penix as an option. So I think just the overall optimism surrounding that team is high. And you brought up their division. Their division sucks. So I think for them, they're also feeling like, we could legit come out here and win this division. So you just kind of have to fight that confidence early on with them, man, in terms of, like I said, one of the other strengths that I see. But enough of the good stuff with them, man, because it's going to sound like we Falcons radio over here. We ain't trying to ever be confused with that. But how you feel about the weaknesses, man?
You know what? I'm going to flip the newness and the freshness and kind of say that like it could be in a gift and a curse here for the Falcons too, at least for week 1 whenever they're playing us, because there could be some inconsistency. There could just be some unfamiliarity, like getting used to each other that goes on. Like we saw it. What was it when 3-4 years whenever Brady went to the Bucks?
Oh yeah, early
on. We thought immediately, right? Oh, it's Brady, it's Mike Evans, Chris Godwin. Yeah. I think Leonard Fournette was signed at that point. But just like, look at this offense. I think Gronk was there too.
Shoot, it was they're going to be fine behind Ronald Jones.
Yeah, it's Tom Brady. Yeah, it's Tom Brady. It's all those guys. Like the offense, they're going to be fine. They go up against the Saints week 1, and it didn't look good.
Remember the Saints whooped them? Didn't the Saints whoop them twice that year?
Yeah, they did actually. Yeah. But week 1, it took him a while. It took him like 2 or 3 weeks, and that's Tom Brady with Mike Evans, Godwin, Gronk, all those dudes down in Tampa Bay. So that could be an effect here with a guy like Kirk Cousins going to a new team, having new receivers and everything. And even with Justin Simmons on the back end, like he's trying to get familiar with the defense. I know he's good and everything, but I don't think they're going to be as optimal as what they will be mid-season. Just because it's so new. So it's a good thing for the Falcons because they needed that as an organization, but early in the season that could be a little bit of a detriment to them and help us ultimately. Yeah. And then let's see here. I got front 7 and pass rush as another weakness for them. Like if Matthew Judon's your main guy,
Talk your
You're
talk,
hurting.
D. Talk
You're hurting.
your talk, D.
You're
Talk
hurting.
your talk, man.
He's coming off a down year with the Patriots last year. We know he's a good player and everything.
Talk your
Down year with the
talk.
Patriots. He's like, what, 32, 33?
I stole him
And
out.
then they got a guy across from him. I can't even pronounce his
I'm
name.
about to say.
Have no clue.
Yeah.
That's your top two. You're struggling. And then outside of Grady Jarrett, they don't really have anyone else on that front seven that I'm scared of. Like Troy Anderson, I like him at inside linebacker. I know we talked about him whenever he was coming out of
Was that what,
college.
2 years ago now? Yeah.
Yeah, but all right, is he like that right now? I don't think so. And then you got Caden Ellis. He's one of those like guys that elevated just last year to being a starting guy, but before that was a special teamer for like his first like 5 or 6 years. There's really no one I'm worried about that much on the front seven.
Yeah.
On offense, yeah, I mean, they got good players. The line's good. They got good receivers. Bijan Robinson, Kyle Pitts, Kirk Cousins. Like on paper, really solid unit on offense. But I do think some of that unfamiliarity and just being new could be a detriment to them for week 1.
I like it. I like it, baby.
And Kirk coming off that Achilles
Let's say
too.
talk
Like,
that
let's not
talk, man.
overlook
Come
that
on,
either.
bro. Come on now.
Let's not overlook that. And he had the injury midway through the season. It's not like Aaron Rodgers, where Rodgers had
Week 1,
full
first,
season. Yeah, exactly. Literally week 1 had the full season, had the full 12 months. I guess this is going to be what, 9 months for Cousins?
Yeah.
Maybe 9-10 months for his return. Not something to completely overlook.
Yeah. Nah,
At least for week 1.
Man.
Sure, yeah. Maybe Cousins gets in a groove after the first month of the season, but I feel like things could be a little shaky for him.
Yeah, because we saying just out the gate. This is week 1. Like he didn't play any of the preseason games. Penix played the
new
first
coordinator
preseason
too.
games,
They
but
got Zach Robinson in over from the Rams. Like I think he's good. He's under that McVay tree or everything. But first game,
and he's
all
young.
new players.
Yeah. All right. So for me, man, once again, man, we hit on a lot of the same stuff. So shout out to you for that, man. I like it, Deke. I like it when we on the same page with this stuff, man. But I started off with a lot of new pieces. Whether we're talking coaching staff, whether we're talking the quarterback, whether we're talking the talent that's on defense as well. It's just a lot of new pieces. Some of it has been here throughout the whole offseason. We know with Judon and Simmons, they're recently added onto this team. So when you're just talking about continuity, when you're talking about synergy, everybody being on the same page, it's hard to get that without having in-stadium reps together. It's hard for me to know how you're going to react or how you like to do certain things until I get a chance to get in stadium with you. And because some of these guys haven't even been on the roster, for a month, let alone 2 months, it just, to me, I think that that's going to be a little bit of a learning curve for all of those guys. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It's a reason why, when we talk about great teams versus a lot of talent being assembled, that great team, 9 times out of 10, will have more success and win versus a team that's just full of talent, but the pieces don't know how to play together, don't know how to react to each other and things like that. So I think early on that will be a benefit for us. I also look at their coaching staff, man. Yes, we can be excited about a Zach Robinson. Yes, we can be excited about a Raheem Moore. But at the same time, it's like, have you guys actually been in this role with this team and actually have had success? When we look at Coach Tom, it was like, yeah, we've seen you do this, repeat, wash, rinse. When we talk about Arthur Smith, hey, man, we saw you at another spot where you did have some of that success. But we also saw where it was your first opportunity that didn't work out. So when I'm looking at those guys, I'm asking myself the same thing, man. It's a lot of coaches that get that opportunity that were hyped, talked about, and never live up to it for whatever the reason may be. I mean, I even think of Eric Bieniemy, right? Granted, we know he went back down to college, but it was at one point where that was supposed to be the hottest ticket, the next thing. And it's like, Washington didn't light it up when he was there. So it's never going to be just this foregone conclusion in my eyes. I need to see it, and I need to see those results and be replicated over and over for me to truly think that, yeah, you're like that. So that part, like I said, man, to me, is something that I think we're going to be able to take advantage of. Now, in terms of their pass rush and sacks, Lord. Now, I could really talk greasy about them because the homie doesn't play for them anymore. Shout out to you, Bud Dupree. You out, you know what I'm saying, LA with the Chargers. I know you're going to cook up over there. But Atlanta, Lord have mercy, baby. Yeah, like you said, man, if Matthew Judon is your best pass rusher, I don't feel like that's enough to be the guy. I think he's a dope player. I think he's a heck of a player in terms of well-rounded and stuff like that. But it's just a different style of player he is compared to like a TJ Watt or a Myles Garrett or a Micah Parsons, where you look at those guys and say, yeah, if all you got is that guy, yeah, he can stand alone. He's like that. He jumps off the screen, force multiplying, things like that. With Judon, I just look at him as, yo, he's going to get his numbers. He's going to ball, but I don't feel the same sense of, yo, he can take over this game and shut the whole city down just based off of him winning the one-on-one pass rush. I don't get that when I watch him, but I do think he's a productive player. But I think that that's something that bodes well for us because we know our O-line, we're going to have some questions up there. But what's better? Man, going against a D-line that struggles to generate success in terms of rushing the passer, whether that's their D-line, their linebackers, them blitzing, they just struggle, and they've been like that the past couple of years. So we'll see with Raheem Moore if that changes, but until I see it, I'm going to be skeptical about it. And then I had their offense identity because, once again, when you're taking over, new coach, new quarterback / quarterbacks, because I'm sure the way that they rock with Michael Penix a little bit different than what they might try to do with Kirk Cousins. It's just like, man, what's going to be your approach? Are you going to try to play more through a Bijan? Are you going to try to let Kirk be the guy that can sling it and be more of a volume passer? Kirk is coming from an offense where he had a Justin Jefferson over there. Who is that equivalent in this offense where he can just force feed that? Are you going to play through Cal? Right. Are you playing through Cal Pitts? Like, who is this guy? So I just have a lot of questions about just as a whole, how are they going to feature certain guys in concert with how Kirk likes to play? Because Kirk is a rhythm passer, man. He wants to know, hey, that's my guy on the backside. He's always winning. That's my guy. I got him. Or this my running back. I'm going to dump it off. I'm like, you don't really have the other guys just yet. You got Bijan, which you feel good about, but I just need to see what's your offense identity. And then with Kirk, bro, you ain't played football in a minute. And they gave you 100 guaranteed fresh off of the Achilles before you even took a snap. You were still in the heart of rehab.
And they drafted Penix.
You killed him, what I'm saying? So it's like, what is the messaging? Do they truly believe in you, Kirk, or do they not believe in you, Kirk? Did they give you this money and then kind of regret it, and now they draft this kid? Who knows? But I just think that there is a lot of just weirdness going on with that scenario. And yeah, I think early on in the year, it could have a negative effect on him. Now, like you said, man, a month, 2 months into this thing, when he kind of gets his legs back under him, I think it's a different conversation. But right now, man, the last time he took the field in an NFL game was when he tore his Achilles. So
did he even play in preseason?
No, he did not. No. Yeah. And like I said, with Penix only played in the first game, and they didn't play him in the next two. So when I'm looking at Kirk, I'm like, bro, last time
what's
he was
the
on
deal
that
with
field,
that?
I think they would just treat. I don't know. Because I didn't see if he was hurt or not. But yeah, he was out there for that first one. Then after that, was like, nah, man, we're gonna put the other cats out there. I'm like, all right. But Kirk didn't take any snaps, man.
So you, I don't know. We need to sit you out so you could be a pro at sitting out this regular season.
I'm just like, if any, I'm like, yo, play him a lot. But you look at some of the other rookie quarterbacks, I just don't know if they were kind of viewing him the same way with, who was it? Chicago. Then they played Caleb, like, I think the first two preseason games, maybe. And then
not the Hall of Fame game. I think it was the middle two.
It was middle two. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, but say, because it's like, man, we're seeing, even with just around the league, like some are playing their rookies, some sitting them. So I don't know, but I'm like, yo, he wasn't going to start this year. Yeah. I'm like, let the kid go out there and play,
Caleb
bro.
Williams or Jaden Daniel because they're going to be the starter.
Right.
You want to not risk injury for maybe the last game.
Yeah, so that was the thing. I was like, that didn't really add up. I didn't follow Penix enough in the preseason to know if he was hurt or anything, but
right.
Yeah, because I know it was, like I said, obviously, guys get banged up and stuff like that, but yeah, I hadn't seen anything where he was a reason why he wasn't going to be out there, so.
All right, we're on the same page then.
Yeah, but that's my thing. I'm like, I feel like across the board, in terms of the weaknesses, there are certain parts that we will be able to exploit, and I think some of that stuff is more self-inflicted than it has to be manufactured from us. But I think that's a good situation to be in because I do feel like, when we're talking about our ability to rush the passer, yeah, they got a good offensive line. But, man, have you seen TJ versus the Falcons, specifically against Jake Matthews, man? Like, that's one of the ones where typically TJ feels pretty good about these matchups, man. TJ is a productive player versus the Falcons, man. So I look at that, and now I'm saying, we've added to that group, like, the trenches, like, I just think that it can create a very hostile environment for my man Kirk over there. And I don't think that they got the receivers that are winning one-on-ones like that. Like Drake London is a good player. I don't see him the same way I view a GP. I don't.
Yeah.
And it's like, if that has to be your guy, I think that you're going to come up short.
Yeah, because if you look at it, this is a good matchup. Like I'm not
It
gonna even
is.
front
It
on this. Like
is.
this is a good matchup, but I like our talent over there. So you want to talk about them having talent? I like ours better than theirs across the board.
Because I was
I
gonna
guess
say,
maybe you could maybe give them a little bit of a nod on
how you feel running
offense with the
back?
receivers.
Yeah.
Maybe I
'Cause-
don't know. I mean, Kyle Pitts and Muth. I know Pitts is more talented, but
mhm.
in terms of like production in the league up to this point, can we say that's a wash?
Fair. Yeah.
Maybe you lean Pitts a little bit. But then you got
Hmm.
Bajan and Algier versus Najee and Jay Lamorne. Like,
Hmm.
I mean, maybe it's just pick your poison there, pick your preference. Drake London
Yeah.
versus Pickens, I'll take Pickens. But then they got
Hmm.
Mooney, more secure offensive line. I'll give
Yeah.
him that. And then you could go
Hmm.
Cousins versus Russ. You want to say that's a wash? I'll lean Russ because of the pedigree, the Super Bowl, and all that type of stuff. But you go to I think we washed them on defense. So like
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
with
we
you.
have just if you want to say overall talent, we have the overall talent edge. And you could
Yeah.
say some of the same stuff that we're talking about with the Falcons, with us having new pieces and everything, but
Hmm.
with us having the overall talent edge and then the continuity
Yeah.
with Tomlin being here, like, I don't know. I think that helps us. And it's gonna be a borderline home game for us too.
No,
I think it's
it's
60,
going to be a
70%
home
Steeler fans.
game. It will be 70% black and gold in there guaranteed, bro. Absolutely, man.
Like
But that's
I
real.
would
That's
give
real.
us like a -3. I would say
Okay.
we're favorites by like 3 points or something going into
Yeah.
this. I don't know what the books are saying, but that's how I would lean. It
Yeah.
again, it's a good
It's
matchup. I'm
close.
not
Yeah.
saying it's like a 7 point spread or an 8 point
Yeah.
spread or anything, but that's how I would. I think we got a little bit more going for us right now.
Yeah, because to me, I'm back and forth in the sense of I think both teams have a ton of overall talent. I just look at the marquee positions, and that's the part where I kind of fall back and forth because I say, okay, at quarterback, Kirk Cousins versus Russell Wilson. Both guys are big question marks if we're being fully transparent going into week one, right? Russ struggled from his standards last year. Kirk got hurt last year and tore his Achilles. Prior to
Kirk was
that,
playing good too.
but prior to that, Kirk was playing well. But has Kirk ever been able to do what Russ has done, which is lead a team to actual Super Bowl and win it? No. So that's part of the knock on Kirk. Then I look at the receivers. It's like, all right, we got GP, who's a freakazoid down the grass making circus catches. But in terms of just the every down element of it, I don't know if he's necessarily going to give us that. Drake London is going to give you the every down element, can give you the short to intermediate stuff, but is he actually going to be able to scare you at wide receiver one? I don't know that just yet. I don't feel like he's done that to this point. Now we talking about the tackle situation. It's like, all right, O-line, yeah, they got the nod on that, man. I'm with you. But I feel like we washed them with our pass rush.
Yeah,
And that's the flip side. It's like, I love our pass rush. I love their secondary.
linebackers too. We
Yeah.
got the linebackers, the D line, everything. Pretty
Yeah.
much. I mean,
For me, I
they
like
got
their
the
secondary.
additional.
I
They
like,
got the additional safety, but we got
yeah.
Minka. I mean, Minka with the KZ Elliott combo versus Simmons and Bay. I guess you could give it to them
Man,
overall.
look, I was about to say,
Maybe,
I can't even lie to myself, bro. The combo of Bates
maybe.
and Simmons is better than the combo of Minka and Elliott or Minka and Casey, with all due respect. Like, we love Mink, but I just look at, okay, if Minka and Bates or Minka and Simmons are all within the same stratosphere, they got two of those guys. I kind of look at this scenario like the Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde scenario. It was like, yo, you talking about two guys that we would all agree are top five safeties versus one guy who we feel is the best safety, or are you going to put him in the combo of top three? So that's why I'm just like, yo, it's two of them, it's only one of him. And then you
Fair.
got AJ Terrell, who I just say in my mind is like, yo, you're the year ahead of where JPJ is about to get to. It's like we've kind of already seen you have the high, have the low, and now you gotten back up. JPJ, hopefully you don't have that low, but it's like we just need to see that next year, the full length. We just haven't seen that just yet from him. So that's why, like I said, for me, I like their secondary just a little bit more because of the addition of Simmons. Because we're talking about, bro, you got two all pros back there right now, man. We don't have two all pros in our safety room just yet. But hopefully, like I said, man, one of them dudes, whether it's Deshaun Elliott or Casey, could develop into that. But that's my only hesitancy with that, man.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like JPJ over Terrell. I get what you're saying though.
Mhm.
Terrell did have a little bit of a down
Yeah.
swing last year,
Mm-hmm.
so we haven't seen that from JPJ just yet.
Yeah. But Terrell's been in what? This is third year now? Whereas
Yeah.
for JPJ, we saw him play, 12 games?
We got Dante Jackson too. I guess
Oh, I'm
our
with
main
you.
concern
Yeah.
is that slot cornerback.
Yeah, that's
The
all I'm
main
saying,
thing.
bro. I'm like,
They at
yeah,
least
bro.
have that shored up.
Yeah.
We're gonna be rocking with, I guess, Beanie Bishop. I don't even know. I don't know what we're
Yeah.
doing. I think didn't we sign someone yesterday, 2 days ago
We did. Oh man,
from
which one?
London?
Yeah. He
I
said,
don't know
man,
what we're doing.
it's a
We've Graylin
very
Arnold. Is it Graylin Arnold? With Beanie
no.
Bishop.
So because we only kept Jalen Elliott. He was the only other guy that we kept. Remember, we got rid of Graylin, we got rid of Anthony Averett, Thomas Graham, who was the starter in 2 of the 3 preseason games. We had cut him also. So,
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm seeing Jalen Elliott and Cam Sutton suspended.
Yeah, bro. We kind of thin there, and we're gonna play them safeties down there. I believe. You know, you can get some K's in there. You might get some Elliott in there, but you could just hear how
we do
we're
got
talking
Darius
about.
Rush too.
Right. So we got Darius Rush too. It's like how we talking about these guys is just, I think, the way that we would pull up a Falcons player that's not a starter and be like, who, I don't know, can he? I just think that outside of Pittsburgh, people go look at the Darius Rushes, the Jalen Elliott's, the Beanie Bishops, and be like, hey, bro, I love this matchup right here, bro. This is a strength for us. This is a weakness for the Steelers. We about to exploit that. I just think that that's how people going to look at our situation right there as well, man. But we ain't tripping on that, man.
They better not be saying that about Corey Trice. They better not be saying that about him because he's going to prove them wrong.
You know, I'm down for all that. But you know, like, bro, it's people that talk about our offense, quarterback, O-line situation right now very differently than how we talk about it. Just outsiders, you know what I mean?
Well, they're probably right about the O-line. Up to this point.
Hey, look, we always optimists. We like, yo, bro, heck, he nice, that dude, and they like, nah, I seen the preseason. He got work. Who's your quarterback? Is it Fields?
We got a lot of injuries on the O-line right now.
Mm-hmm.
Malu being out, and then Fautani being out. Broderick Jones, looking like a turnstile in preseason. That had me a little concerned. Zach Frazier looked great. So like
you lose Herbig, so no depth.
Yeah, I am a little concerned. I thought I'd be feeling a lot better about the O-line going into this week 1 matchup.
I'm with you. I promise I'm with you, bro.
Played a little bit of a part of it.
Yeah.
And wasn't expecting Broderick Jones to look like that.
Yeah. But it's week 1 now, so we should get a way different version of Broderick. We know week 1
That's what I mean. Maybe
I
should have expected it. Maybe I should have expected Broderick to look like that.
If Deke, Broderick come out here and block everybody to sleep on Sunday, I will be the first person to hear on Monday apologize. I'll be like, listen, I wasn't familiar with your game. All right, I didn't know that you weren't a preseason player. I thought last year was a fluke, a one-off. Now I know. Okay, I just need to see it look different in the regular season. If he give me that Sunday, bro, I promise I'm with you, bro. I promise I'm with you. I just need to see
that though, and then some of the comments he's made are a little concerning too. Of this is the healthiest I'm gonna be.
I didn't like how that sounded either, bro. Like we went with it. I just didn't like how it sounded.
He said, "This is the healthiest I'm gonna be. Zero excuses for my performance in preseason."
It's like, no.
Can't you give me some excuse?
Give me at least one excuse. I need one excuse.
My arm's a little stiff in this sling thing. I
gotta get used to it. You know, punching on this side.
Say something like
that. Yeah, my feet are better on the left. If you say that, I promise the nation will love you. They ain't gonna trip it off. But it's just for right now. When you hit us with the there's no excuse, we're just like,
I'll play either side. I'm good on the right side.
We like, hold on, man. Hold on. All right. I don't know. But yeah, we shall see, baby. We shall see. But that is how they're gonna talk about us, though. And yeah, we gotta live with it, man. Up until
everyone's been shitting on Russ the whole offseason.
Or what they say, we got disrespect. We were hoodwinked, man. Y'all tricked us. It wasn't no competition, man. Highfields ain't in the comp. Like, bro, a lot of people not believing in Russ, man. They think it's over for him. They think he's washed. So we're gonna find out. But like I said, that's the weird part about it. I'm sure it's gonna be outside of Pittsburgh, right? A good amount of people that are looking at this matchup like, yo, maybe they do got the better offense. Maybe they do got the better quarterback, just in the sense of Kirk Cousins at this stage versus Russ. Now, we don't agree with that, but I think that that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to be skeptical on early on until Russ shows what he's capable of and that he is still one of those guys, man.
Yeah. All right, we got anything else with this?
No, I mean, that was pretty much where I was at, man, in terms of strengths, weaknesses. I think we hit those pretty good, man, pretty solid. So I think the last thing I would say is just hit that like button if y'all was enjoying those strengths and weaknesses of the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget to subscribe. Like I said, this is how we break it down. when we talking about these new opponents, man, at the beginning of the week, all right?
We got heavy-handed Vaughn saying, shout out to all the podcast listeners and overnight workers. AJ Martinez should win a prize for the show's milestone because dude always show up and show out.
No, facts, man. AJ always locked in with us, man. We appreciate that. And that's the thing, too. It's like, man, we love AJ because of how much he locked in. But at the same time, it's like, yo, we got such a dope community that it's like, yo, we got multiple guys that stay with us on every single show, man. And that's the part where we shout everybody out the way that we do. I mean, we bring up Rod Dollar. It's like, man, Rod Dollar don't ever miss either. Like, them boys be locked in. We talk official momentum. We talk Leah Ward, man. We talk Pittsburgh Toddy, right? We talk with all these different people. So it's like, man, that's what makes this community as dope it is. And that's why AJ is such a dope person, because of how he rocks with us, but also how he's, like I said, a part of this community the same way that there's other people are as well, man. So salute all y'all that is rocking with us the way that y'all do, man. Like I said, it means a lot, baby. It definitely means a lot. Frank K, I see you in the building. You another one of them ones too. You already know that. It's so many. I gotta respond to the chat here. I gotta respond to the chat. They're saying I'm looking too pink over here. Someone said I'm medium rare. I think it's this room, dude. I don't know what it is. Because obviously, like, Deke is salmon color over there, Deke. Why you salmon color, bro?
I don't know. I think it's the lighting or something in this room. Maybe I'll adjust it for.
They say, yo, what's going on with the homie, man?
Dude, it's not. Trust me, it's not me being burnt or anything.
No, bro.
Some weird lighting. I'm using the natural lighting of the sun here, but it does make my face sometimes.
Yo, that is funny, bro.
A little bit torched on camera. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta figure out.
You looking like a strawberry. Oh, it's a medium rare. It's filthy. I love it.
And now you're seeing the blinds, like I guess.
The light coming in.
So yeah, so I got like a little grid going.
I literally
said, get me off the
grid. Gotta rotate Deke, man. Just rotate him over, bro. He be all right.
Yeah, because whenever I'm over for the podcast, I don't look like this, right?
No.
I don't look this red.
I'm mad. I wasn't even noticing it until they said it. Now I'm looking down. I'm like, yeah, I see it. I see what they're saying, man. I try not to look up here and be like, yeah, you're a little flush. Yeah. Well, maybe you just blushing, man. Maybe you just blushing. Who over there keeping your attention, man? We know your baby mom made an appearance earlier. Who else is over there with you, man? You know?
Just chilling.
All right. Respect.
Focused on ball, man.
There it is. It's
no
week
distractions.
Game time, man. Hey, we ain't got time for none of these outside distractions. Make the main thing the main thing, and that'll come with it when we done. All right, but let's lock in here first, man.
That's actually, you know what? I watched for my hiatus here. Yeah. I watched Ballers. I watched the whole series.
I was about to say, give us an update. How did you stay alive? Well, I was just gonna say,
bro? Yeah, I was gonna say with Ballers, though. I mean, they basically portray the life of a NFL player and NFL athletes, right?
Yeah.
A lot of distractions going on with them. So I see that. I see that. I'm like, you know what? No, I can't. I can't be living like that. Gotta stay focused.
Stay
focused on my takes. It's week one. Oh, it was good. It was awesome. It was really good.
Was fire, bro. When that show dropped, man, like a lot of dudes was rocking with it, man, because of some of how authentic it was. But they also did a good job, man. Knowing some of the dudes behind the scenes with the band, like they made sure that they were getting the right people to talk, make appearances, but also kind of give you some guidance on what it looks like. So it wasn't just this. What was the old TV show? The Game, right? So it wasn't like kind of cheesy like that. It gave you a little bit more of an authentic feel. So yeah, I mean, there was some realism with that, man. Now we know at the same time it was from Hollywood, so shout out to Hollywood. But Balls was a vibe,
like
bro.
The Rock.
Yeah, Balls was a vibe, bro.
Season 3, he's like, I'm gonna move the Raiders to Vegas. This is like 3 years into him being an agent. He's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take this up a next level. I'm gonna move the NFL to Vegas. Yeah. Just little old me. I started being an agent like 3-4 years ago. Yeah. It was somewhat of a stretch, I'd say.
Yeah, like you said, they got some of that in there where it's like,
And then I think he owned the Chiefs. Yeah, he owned the Chiefs by season 5.
Yeah,
it's like, man, wow, that was a big jump from retiring from the league.
It's Hollywood, bro.
Within
Hollywood.
5-6 years, you're owning the Chiefs.
He was Tom Brady before Tom Brady, apparently, man. All right, that's what it was.
No, it was good though too. I was just like, all right, whatever, this is fine.
They said, man, Ballers are straight, bro. I like it, man. It's just always whatever show was like Ballers or The Game, always felt like, man, I love when y'all are authentic and show some of this stuff, but at the same time, y'all give us such a bad rap at times because they just feel like everybody lives like that. Everybody, you be like, bro, not all of us be on that. Not all of us is living like that. Like, some dudes are, but not everybody, man. All right. Or even what's the Any Given Sunday was another one where it's like, man, that's a classic right there. I don't know if you've seen that one, Deke, but Any Given Sunday was a fire movie, man. Fire movie, man. So that was another one where you're just like, bro, like this is authentic, but this is a little too authentic. All right, y'all giving dudes bad names now. People have to start answering questions. We don't need them questions to be asked, man. All right, just let it go. Yeah.
Steelers need to sign a Ricky Jarrett.
No.
That's what we need.
I love
He's
that.
a good receiver.
Oh, we do need a receiver. I guess so.
He was good.
Yeah, that'll work. But shout out to
I was
Ballers, though, bro.
I was reading some things that they like based him off of AB like a little bit, like loosely.
Well, I was gonna say because Drew Rosenhaus, who obviously we know that's AB's agent, that used to be my agent. Yeah, man, that was the plug. If you wanted to get on the show or if you're trying to talk, any of that, it's like, yeah. So it was certain things where I'm like, oh yeah, Drew, I know you know a lot of people, man. You look at Drew's client list, man. Yeah, so I'm like, I see
AB was on it. I think he was on the first episode.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. I'm like, you see the yeah. But it's like, yo, you know the guy's like, yo, that's a phone call, man. And a lot of dudes got the offers to be up there too, bro, which was dope. Like Ballers, man, what they were trying to do and what they did do, like what they captured during that time frame, insane, man. And that's why I'm like, yo, shout out to the show, bro. It was fire.
Yeah, it was sick. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I did that. I watched the Batman Dark Knight series again. Begins Dark Knight and then Dark Knight Rises.
Go.
Man, Christian Bale might be my Batman again.
Come on, man. Talk your talk. Where is she? Talk your talk.
Yeah, it was awesome. And then got into Suits a little bit too. I'm like in season 2 of Suits.
Okay.
I had a lot of time on my hands, man.
I like it, man. I like how you doing it over there, man. Hey, salute you, bro. Salute you, man.
And then college football on Saturday. That was nice.
I'm about to say,
nice breaking the
You had
action.
a lot of football back on this weekend as well, man. So I like that about you right there. That's how you maximize your time, Deke. Shout out to you for that, man.
That's all I could do. Just chill and watch TV series and college football.
I like it. I was over here with wifey between watching the football games. We was boo loving watching Forbidden Love. It's this crazy new reality TV show, Deke.
Man.
Bringing people from different religions, trying to get them together. Holy smokes, bro. We got Muslims and Christians trying to talk. We got like Orthodox Jews trying to talk to like Catholics. Yeah, and like they families. Everybody's like, yo, we don't do this culturally. Oh, you got to change how you... Bro, it's nuts, bro. So that's kind of what we on. Married life, you know how that go, bro. Shout out to us married folks out there. If y'all know, y'all know. All right, say it.
Is anyone going to make it?
I ain't gonna lie, Deke. It ain't looking good for any of them couples, bro. Me and wifey just be in the bed like, you thought this was a good idea? Don't say that. No, don't do that. But, it's over. Yeah.
Too much to overcome.
Listen, one couple, this is the first day of the moving in, and she already done kicked the homie out. They was beefing. It was like, bruh, y'all ain't even got the move-in done yet. Yeah, the other ones, they like, should I switch my religion? I don't know if I want to switch it. Yeah, it ain't looking good for none of these couples, bro. I'm just gonna my professional or my non-professional just expertise just outside looking at like, bro, y'all looking rough, man. You're looking real rough. But shout out to them dudes, though, man.
Percentage of the disagreements or the arguments, what percentage of them have to actually do with the religion or those differences?
The funny thing is,
just two people not getting along.
No. It's like 85% of it is always religion-based, bro.
Really?
Like,
okay.
So like the one lady's a Catholic, you know, and her folks is like real just kind of chill. But the other dude that she's married to, got the kid with her, whatever, is like a hardcore Muslim. So he's like, I want you covered head to toe. Like, if you going outside, I don't care if it's 100 degrees, put these pants on, put the, the hijab, cover you, yeah. And she's like, what? And then her folks be beefing with his folks. They be calling him like, you can imagine some of the stuff that might have been said about my man's who's the Muslim, all right? Yeah. It just wasn't really, I don't want to repeat the type of stuff, but it was fire, bro. Sure. It was fire. It was very fire. I was like, bro, I don't know who came up with this concept to put these together and had a camera on them, but it's golden, bro. Yeah, I just be watching it all the time. Like, man, I'm gonna make sure that I don't want to do that. All right, just don't do that one. All right, don't say that. All right, definitely don't do that one. All right, but yeah, shout out to them folks though, bro. Shout out to them all.
All right, we
Mm-hmm.
got a few more supers here rolled in.
All right, let's tap
Keith
in with
Reeves
these.
says Cam got the bag. Now we need a receiver.
Oh, I guess that is also facts, man. It's crazy that all things can still be consistent with that same statement. Cam getting paid, but yeah, we still unfortunately have some questions of that wide receiver spot, man.
Steelmatic Network with G Honda says Steel Curtain is back this year, baby.
Hey, I don't see why not. I'll say it like this, man. Talent-wise, defensively, we have the pieces in place at all three levels. I think the big question is going to be JPJ stepping up and growing into what we think he's truly capable of for the full season. And that slot corner spot, man, like whoever it is that truly emerges, if it is Beanie Bishop from start to finish, if it's a Corey Trice getting reps in there, if it's a, man, we wait till midway through the season, now Cam Sutton comes back and he's our savior. I think whoever it has to be, I think if we can get that situated, I think everything else, man, we feel great about. Because where are the other questions on defense outside of those two spots, or outside of those two kind of things right there?
Cam Pinkney says, love the stream. And Deke, I need a Madden vid.
Ooh, the streets is calling. Deke, you would have been proud of me, bro. I played Madden last night, man. I was online and everything, bro. It felt good.
I've played 2 games.
No,
I'm 1-1.
You won? I like that. I like that.
I'm 1-1. First game, lit it up. Fields was looking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Second game, not so much.
Yeah. I haven't gotten to that lit them up just yet. I kind of got lit up. I had integrity though, Deke. You would have been proud of me,
dude. I think it's way worse. I played it. So I played it like during the early release. So I don't know if they patched or anything. It's way worse than college football.
I was like, man,
it's like glitchy and stuff. Bro, college football's smooth.
I got done bad a little bit. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I got done bad a little bit, man. Shout out to Madden though. I'm a reappear soon. I need some practice.
Okay.
I'm convinced I need some practice. But you would have been proud of me, Deke. I had integrity, man. Most time when you getting whooped, bro, some people just rage quit. I said, bro, if you not gonna quit the game, I'm not stopping. Now what? You gonna have to score 100 then.
Oh man.
Yeah, bro. It was bad. And then I'm like, yo, I got pride. So I'm thinking nobody at the crib. Of course, when I'm winning, nobody comes into the room, right? Nobody sees when I'm winning, when I'm throwing the tutties with Russ. I swap, put Phils in. Nobody sees them tutties. They came in when it was like the pick sixes and the fumbles. I'm like, oh, really? So now you want to come here and ask me, am I playing the game? Oh, now you want to come here and sit here while I'm on the game? Like, you know how that is? But like I said, I won't go quit. So shout out to my man that worked me terribly. And eventually I'm gonna ask my rematch, but not right now. Not right now.
I liked how you said you were throwing passes with Russ and Fields, though.
Yeah, because I'm not married to either one. I was like, you know what, bro? This ain't gonna cut it. Let me swap them out,
I'm just saying you could have
bro.
picked a different team.
Yeah.
I'm glad you went with the Steelers.
Oh, chill out, man. Hey, look. Shout out to G Money, all right? This is all great. Because when we set up the game, I always ask Gray, I'm like, yo, who do you want to set as the favorite team? Whoever's the favorite team, that's who we're gonna play the games with online. He was like, Dad, make it the Steelers. I was like, all right, say less, then, bro. I ain't asked him twice. I said, all right, say less, bro. So that was why, all right? But, yeah, the team I usually play online with is I kind of like their quarterback situation a little bit better. I feel like I always got a fighting chance, man. That's all. But I rode with the Steelers, though, bro. I did. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go, but I rode with them, though, bro. Yeah, and when I play again, I'm going to play back with the Steelers online again. I'm just throwing it out because I got to get my leg back. Yeah,
I'm hoping Quez Watkins is still
man.
on the team, even though he's on the practice squad.
Yeah.
I don't know how that's going to work.
Well, bro, I know I subbed in Peyton Wilson on that defense. He was flying. I was like, yo, let's go. I like Peyton. I can rock with this one, man.
Yeah. I think he's like 90 speed, isn't he?
Yeah, I put him out there, and I subbed Naj out to put Jalen Warren because I just need to get fast. I'm like, bro, we don't have enough speed right now, man. I ain't like how I was looking. So, yeah, bro, I was like, yo, we're going to get real speedy out here, man. You're going to have to play with my athletes, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
But my man, I feel like the dude I was playing, bro, he won't supposed. I don't know how we got that matchup. Like, you know how Madden be, oh, let's put you with somebody on your level. I just don't get how that matched up, bro. They might have been looking like overall rank. I'm like, hey, man, I ain't ready for that just yet. I need some work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hannibal 090 says, Moats, we need to have a watch party for all the movies Deke hasn't seen, starting with Friday.
I promise you, man.
Get better soon. Strawberry Deke Frosty.
Oh. Hey, bro.
I don't think I've ever had the strawberry frosty. I've had the vanilla and the chocolate.
I've never had the strawberry either. I'm not really into like flavored, like fruity flavored ice cream. It's weird. It's like I'll drink a smoothie, but with my ice cream, vanilla, chocolate, cookies and cream, Reese, like that's pretty much where I'm at. Don't put the fruit in my ice cream, man. It throws me off. I don't know why, bro. It's weird. But yeah, man, we do need to have a little. We've been talking about having this movie marathon, man. The Friday movies, yeah. You've seen Rush Hour, I think, right?
I have, but it was
God.
very long ago and probably
Okay.
pieces. Yeah, I could use to watch it
Okay.
again.
Okay. We know you haven't seen Any Given Sunday. That's like a football classic. Did you ever watch Friday Night Lights, the OG with Booby Miles? No, yes, maybe.
Similar to Rush Hour,
Man.
maybe 30 minutes of
Yeah.
it on TV or something. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. We need to have this day, man. We're gonna set it up soon. We're gonna figure it out. All right. One of these days. But
That's
yeah,
it for the Supers.
I like it, man. I like it. So if y'all digging the convo, man, make sure you hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, man. We are coming up on our final topic for today, which is, oh yeah, I remember it now. Hey now. Let's see if Deke is ready today or not, man.
Yeah,
Gotta talk
should be.
our award predictions, man. Who we think is gonna be MVP, Coach of the Year, Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. All right, so let's get to it, baby. Let's get to it. So
What are we starting off with?
let's start from least important to most important. All right. So we'll start with Comeback Player of the Year. Who you like on that one, man?
Jerry Ramos says Deke is about to have Kenny winning the MVP. LOL.
I thought Kenny was gonna be Comeback Player of the Year for you, bro. Because you say you can go
That
from
wouldn't
being
be a
like
bad
bad
pick.
to being like really
That
good.
wouldn't be,
Yeah.
that wouldn't be a bad pick if Hurts
Come on,
got
man.
hurt early on in the season. Not even in front.
Give him the Joe Flacco. Give him the Ryan Tannehill. You know how we do, man.
No, for Comeback Player of the Year, it's gonna be Aaron Rodgers, right? He's just got to play decent. And
You got a
he's gonna
couple
win the
options at
award.
quarterback. You got a couple options though, man.
Who are the other ones? I was looking
In terms
this
of
up
injuries,
yesterday.
so in terms
Is
of
it
injuries
Kirk
or
the other
odds, so injuries is Rodgers, Kirk, Joe Burrow, Anthony Richardson. Those are the big four coming back from injury. Then you have the Russell Wilson element, which is like the Ryan Tannehill of didn't play as good, but now if you come over here and light it up, excuse me, you have a chance because I think Russ's odds they're actually pretty decent for Comeback Player of the Year. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers is the big favorite, but Russ is still in that like top 5 category if I remember, like top 5, top 7 category if I remember correctly, just based off some of the odds.
Yeah, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. I feel like he's just such a big player, such a big name. The story we've talked about for how long? Not even just the story of him getting hurt and stuff, potentially coming back from the Achilles, but him going from the Packers to New York too. I think if he just goes out there and has like an average Aaron Rodgers season, he'll get the award.
Yeah. Honestly, I have the same thing over here, bro. It was like I put in parentheses Russell Wilson just for the Steelers love, just for the if we do the lead us to where we need to be, you're gonna get a lot of that praise. But Aaron Rodgers, it's like, man, it's gonna be hard to not hand him the award as soon as he throws his first touchdown pass for the Jets because of all of the hype and all of just how loud it's
like he's a decent MVP pick too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's just
they
like
make the playoffs.
It's loud enough.
He has 30 touchdowns,
and he would be the difference maker, especially when you look at the Jets prior to him being there, and even just last year once he went down, they on paper have everything in place to be good. But the quarterback situation is the big question mark for those guys. So, if he plays well, man, I think that, he gets that Comeback Player of the Year. But if not, shout out to Russ or Kirk Cousins. All right. Yeah. All right. So,
Kirk played good though when he got hurt. That's my thing with him.
But he got hurt
midway through the season.
But he didn't make it past week 6, I want to say. So with that, bro,
I think he got 8 games. I think he went halfway.
Bro, I feel like either way,
he was playing good
odds,
too.
Like he's top 3 in the odds. It was literally Rodgers, Cousins, and Burrow.
I got it
like
pulled
the
up
top
now
3.
too.
Yeah. So it's
Burrow's not a bad one either. He played. I mean, he played even longer than Cousins.
That's what I'm saying.
9-10
yes,
weeks.
He played longer. But because it wasn't up to par with what you're accustomed to, and because we know he was, he didn't get 10 in, it's like, he very much in that comp. I just feel like for Rodgers, because it was so loud and it was literally the first game, first series. You just like, God, dog. But
Nick Chubb's a good one.
yeah, I saw him up there.
But
I
he's
just don't know when
already
he's
going to
coming
be out the
back.
first 4 games. Yeah,
I feel like that's tough, man. But we did see Flacco. Flacco came on the last couple games of the season, and he won it.
I like this Kyler Murray one for plus 2,000. I think he's going to play well.
Yeah. See, before I would take the collar,
He played well when he came back last year.
He did, yeah.
Another year in that system over there with Gannon. Now he's got Marvin Harrison. That's not a bad pick. I think Aaron Rodgers is just too big of the story.
Unless Rodgers gets hurt again, I feel like he's kind of the favorite to win this again, man, or at least win it this year. Excuse me. Yep.
Yeah, he was out the whole season.
Yeah. So shout out to the comeback player of the year, though. All right, who you got for coach of the year, baby? Talk to me, coach of the year.
I'm gonna go with Tomlin. I think Tomlin is this 4 or 5 years in a row. Still waiting to be right on this one, but I think the Steelers are gonna be good. And if the Steelers are good, we win the division. We go 11-6, 12-5. I think the storyline's there for Tomlin. I don't think he has a coach of the year yet. Does he?
Nope.
I don't think he does.
And that's gonna be a storyline, kind of like when Russ was cooking. It was like, oh, Russ doesn't have an MVP vote. Like everybody kept talking about it. So yeah.
Yeah, I think the storyline would be there, and I think obviously he would be deserving if we can come out on top in the AFC North.
Yeah,
like like we have the toughest division in the league right now. He'd definitely be deserving. I think you could probably list off like 10 other names, but I'm gonna go with Tomlin. If the Steelers are what I think we can be this year, there's no reason why he wouldn't be in this conversation.
Yeah, I mean, similar over here, man. I have a slash, obviously, but man, for me, Coach Tomlin obviously is the favorite. Okay. Because of everything we talked about, man. We know who he is and all the success that he's had. The reason why there's a slash, though, is because after the year that we had where we did the Duck, Mason, that didn't work. And then we turned around and I think it was the Mitch and Kenny. And
well, we had been for a couple years.
And it was just like, I don't know, man. I feel like, they never want to give him that. It's like, unless he has a 14-plus win season, they're not giving it to him. So that's why I said slash, because I'm like, worst case is going to be Sean McDermott, because nobody believes the Buffalo's going to be good this year. So if they are anything good this year,
aren't they still the favorite for the AFC East?
Well, they say, but Josh is overrated. No, because Josh Allen
might be right. The Jets might have got the favorite now.
Listen, Josh Allen has been viewed as overrated. And they said that Buffalo has lost all their talent. That's the narrative around the Bills this year. So I'm like, if they have any success to
Milano
win the
is a
division
big
again, he was a big loss last year too, though. So that's the only thing. It's like, if he does have that success, then I think he's gonna be in that convo from a coaching standpoint. Because the rest of these dudes, it's like, man, we don't know who the next D'Amico Ryan type is, right?
That's what I'm trying to think. Who's the newcomer?
Like, we could say Raheem Moore, but until we actually see him go on this
Jim
run.
Harbaugh.
Well, he's another good one. Yeah,
he's
another good one. Now, question.
That's an easy one right
there. I would ask you this. We would both agree with Coach T. He has to 13, 14-plus wins to get it. With Harbaugh, though.
I think just winning the AFC North.
You think? I don't think that's enough. I feel like with Coach T, they're not gonna say it's enough.
I think if we can win the North, because I think we're predicted last again. Like our over unders like at 7.5 or 8.5. I think that'd be pretty significant.
I hope.
And if we're like, I don't think we got to be the 1 seed, but if it's like, we're the 2 or 3 seed, we win the AFC North.
But see, I don't think we get into 2 and 3 seed without winning 12, 13 games. You see what I mean? Like, I think we can win the division.
AFC's going to be tough. I can see AFC just being a gauntlet in general.
I think we could win the division with 10 wins. I don't think you get coach of the year with 10. I think you need the 13. I think they like them teens, man. That's all.
It depends. It depends. Because if the story is good enough, because I think Stefanski's won 2 of them.
Yeah, but they've been double digits, and this the Browns we talking about. I think it was
11
also.
wins.
But it's the Browns we're talking about. Remember this. The Browns, when Stefanski took over, very different convo compared to how we view the Steelers, and especially how people view Coach Tomlin. Coach Tomlin's competing against excellence, right? The standard is the standard. Oh, it's not a Super Bowl, it's a bust. Oh, all you do is don't lose. You don't have anything less than 500. That's a bad thing, right? Whereas with the Browns, that's never been. They was going over, So I just think It's just a difference of where the Browns are and why Stefanski has been able to win it 2 times now. I think because of it being Browns. Like, I don't know. I don't think what we view as success is what the Browns view as success right now. And I think league wide, I just think that they're gonna reflect that when they looking at how they evaluate Coach Tomlin, man. That's why I feel like they just tougher on him because of that, man.
Yeah, that could be a good point. Yeah. But we haven't when's the last time we won the division? That was
19.
That was Ben's year. That was the COVID year.
Was that 19 or 20?
We finished terribly though. Like if
we
would have
started
finished
11-1 and then struggled. Yeah.
If we would have finished stronger, I think he definitely would have won that.
If we 11-1, if you win, 3 or 4 down the stretch, now we talking about sitting at 13 wins, 14 wins. That's a way different convo. Remember, we ain't finished with the 14 win. We kind of limped into that thing, man.
Yeah, you might be right. It all depends on how the media views Tomlin. Like if he does win the division this year, Steelers win the division, even if it is 11-6 or like a 12-5, do they view that as like, oh wow, we predicted? Let's go back to the offseason and how we were talking about the Steelers. Right. Are they going to have that type of perspective,
right? Or
are they just going to say, it's Steelers Tomlin, they're always around, status quo?
Coach Tomlin never does this. He always they always put a competitive team.
I think it'll depend on that and what type of perspective they have.
Mm-hmm. It's like they talk bad about him, and then when he has success, they downplay it. It's like, come on, man. Like, give my man his respect. He's earned it. Okay. But shout out to the Coach of the Year candidates, man. All right, so now let's start to have a little fun with this thing. Defensive Rookie of the Year. How you feeling about this one, man? We got some options now.
I'm going Peyton Wilson.
Let's go.
Why not?
Why not? Go.
Who else is out there that it's so glaring that it should be someone like head over heels above like a Peyton Wilson, right?
Okay.
Who's out there?
I mean, you ask. I got a guy, but I'm down. I like Peyton too. I like Peyton. I got a guy. But I like Peyton.
Who are you thinking? Are you thinking an edge rusher?
Yeah, Dallas Turner up in Minnesota. Yeah, I'm like, bro, he about to be starting, and he actually knows how to rush the passer. Like,
I think Peyton Wilson gets 100 tackles.
I think we have to get him on the field. That's my only thing.
Yeah, do we get the splash from him? I think he's going to be on the field. This is my prediction. I think I think at some point it's almost going to be like a JPJ last year.
Okay.
Is he going to have more splash than what JPJ had though? Because JPJ was locked down and everything, but he only had 1 pick.
Right.
So it's like once Peyton Wilson gets out there, can he get the 100 tackles? I think he can get the 100 tackles. Does he get a couple picks? Little force front, like that type of. Does he get the splash?
Yeah.
That's my only question. I think he's gonna get the reps and everything. I think he's gonna get the snaps. It's like within a month of this season. Like he's just gonna be too good that we're not gonna be able to keep him off the field.
Because that's my only thing. I'm like, I know Dallas Turner. He plays a loud and sexy position. When you can rush the passer and get sacks, all you need is 10 sacks as a rookie, and you're gonna be in that convo. Whereas, like you said, for Peyton, he's gonna need either 100 tackles or he's gonna have to get some of those splash plays. And we think he's capable of it. That's why we went on and talked about him being one of them candidates for the Defensive Rookie of the Year. Anyways, my whole thing is just how soon can he get on that field and what is his role? Because as it stands right now, you still are gonna be splitting that with the combo of Patrick Queen and Landon Roberts, and then it's like, yo, when is Peyton? Is he just nickel and dime early on? Or excuse me, how long is it until he's that full base player? Because I think he will need that to just accumulate those type of numbers that are going to put him in the conversation, or at least giving him multiple opportunities to create some of that splash. So like I said, early on, I'm leaning, like I said, Dallas, because I know out the gate he's going to be the starter. So that's going to be loud. But at the same time, you don't have just these, surefire guys either that are.
You don't, because Dallas Turner isn't Chase Young coming out or Bosa coming out or Aiden Hutchinson.
That. Yeah, and even when I look at what's my man, Darius Robinson, he's another dope pass rusher, but he's hurt right now. He's over, I want to say, out in Arizona.
He's plus 6,000. He's way down.
He's hurt, but he's hurt. He's gonna miss the first half of the season. I want to say he's gonna start on IR. It's a lot of these dudes that are like legit pass rushers or edge rushers that are hurt in the first round. Then I think you got Terrion Arnold. He's another guy.
Yeah, him and like Quinyon Mitchell, Nate Wiggins. We weren't talking about. To me, that's a little bit different. Like, they were top 5 corners about to change the game. No, I mean they're talented and everything, but like these surefire locks to be Rookie of the Year, like a Sauce Gardner coming out, like that's not how these guys were being talked about.
Yeah, so that's the part, like I said, that's going to be interesting, man. But because they played corner the same way we looked at JPJ last year, who wasn't, the first or second corner off the board, we think about how loud it got for him down the stretch. When we talk about Terrion Arnold, when we talk about Quinyon Mitchell, we know at that position, you're a couple of interceptions or you matching up against a legit known guy from you now being talked about a lot. Tariq Woolen, he got, his spot blew up a major spot because of that. It wasn't he came in with his energy, but he ended up being a Pro Bowler because, you're watching him versus certain players. So I think that's the part that could help those dudes out a little bit. But like I said, with Peyton Wilson, man, it's his opportunity. Now, the problem is he got two dope dudes in front of him. But if he gets that opportunity, man, I think that he's fully capable of all that, man.
It's actually pretty crazy. They got him 8th in the odds.
I like it, bro. I like it, man.
Yeah, I'm pleasantly surprised. I didn't know where they were gonna have him, but 8th, that's respect.
Yeah, no, because the talent is there. Like, nobody watching Peyton Wilson, whether you're talking this preseason or even him at NC State, feel like he's not capable of being a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. Heck, I told you, we felt like he was capable of being a first rounder. It was the injury history that made people hesitant on it. And for me, the only reason why I'm hesitant on the depoy is just, when do we see him full time, or when does he have that full on expanded role where he's able to legitimately get comfortable and accumulate the numbers? Because with the edge rusher, like I said, it's just a little bit less pressure for these other, like the edge rusher type. Man, you could play bad, get you a sack, and it's a great day. Peyton Wilson, he's going to have to be, 5 to 7 tackles, man, 7 to 10 tackles, or maybe a splash, fumble recovery, or force fumble or pick, which he's capable of. But we can just see that is going to be a little bit more, specific for him in terms of keeping that up. Whereas, like I said, the sacks, man, if you're gifted like how some of these edge rushers are, I personally feel like, they should be able to get this 10. I'm like, you can get 10. You're how tall? You're what, man? You should be able to get 10, bro. Yeah. But we'll see though, man. It's gonna be interesting, baby. It's going to be interesting.
It's not a guarantee. It's not as much of a guarantee as you think it is, because I don't think Bosa had 10 his rookie year. I don't think Chase Young did. Aiden Hutchinson didn't either.
Chase ended up with 7.5. Yeah.
Yeah. He still won though.
Right. But
to your point, maybe they at times they will give the leaning to some of these edge rushers, even if they don't hit the 10.
It's the sexy position, bro. They just love that about it, and that's why it's hard for a D tackle unless you turn into Aaron Donald or Cam Heyward to get that type of recognition either. Because it's like, yeah, man, we don't see you as often. It's harder to gauge this, whereas them outside linebackers, those DNs, it's like, I see you get after the quarterback. I see this quarterback not be able to throw the ball. That means you're great. So, yeah, it's got to be the guy. So, with Peyton off ball, we know you got to just be louder there. You got to have the picks, the forced fumbles. Otherwise, it's like, you got 100 tackles. Cool. But what else did you give us? Did you give us any splash? And I think that's the only thing, like I said, with Peyton, I just think you got to have to be out there more to generate that type of stuff, man. But it's going to be fun, though, man. It's definitely going to be fun. All right. Offense, baby. Who you got for your offensive rookie of the year? Let's see if we're going to get any drama with this one or not, man.
Man. I think it's just got to be Caleb Williams.
I bet you was going Roman Wilson, bro. That's crazy, bro. You ain't no Steeler fan, bro. How you not going to say Roman, man?
I got to go with Caleb Williams. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was thinking either him or Marvin Harrison.
Bro, you said two guys not named Roman Wilson. I still can't believe you, bro.
I'm sorry.
You hate, bro. That's foul. That's foul.
I mean,
hey, bro.
I think it just goes to show how much I really believe in that Peyton Wilson pick.
I do, because like you really not shouting out the offense.
I'm not going complete homer here or anything.
Wow.
No, I actually believe in Peyton Wilson.
Wow. All right, I like it. I like it.
It's Caleb Williams. I think that Bears offense is gonna be pretty good, and almost like what you were talking about with defense. If they have a leaning, if it's close or whatever, maybe they'll go edge rusher. That's definitely the case for offense and quarterbacks. Whenever you're talking about rookie
of the year is like the MVP award for quarterback, man. If you play quarterback good, you're gonna get this award, bro.
And Caleb Williams is the biggest name out of this rookie class, the biggest name out of all these quarterbacks. And I think he's that legit too. I mean, I'm not just saying this either. Like I really think he's gonna play good. I think he's gonna be better than Jaden Daniels. Like I think Daniels is gonna have a pretty good year too. I think he's gonna put up good fantasy stats, but I think Caleb's gonna have more impact and more like meaning to his franchise and like actually winning games. Like, maybe Daniels has more rushing yards and stuff. I just think Caleb, he's just going to be the better player. He's going to be the
Yeah.
better quarterback. And if Marvin Harrison doesn't go for Justin Jefferson type of rookie numbers, then
Right.
it's going to be Caleb Williams.
Now, respect on that. I like your energy. Unfortunately, I guess I agree. I guess Caleb. I guess Marvin Harrison. If not, I think it's another receiver that wears number 0 up in Buffalo by the name of Keon Coleman. I think I throw him in that combo. So, but other than that, though, man, you know what? I agree, man. So, you know what? I like Caleb. I think that, yeah. I mean, clearly it's Caleb's to lose. All Caleb's got to do is stay healthy. He's going to bare minimum throw for 3. You know, you get your 3K, your 30 tutties, anything in that vicinity, you're winning this award by a landslide, man. Yeah. We know how this goes. Caleb's got to stay healthy. But I do think he's going to be good enough to do it, man, just based off what I saw in the preseason. Now, we will see what that looks like when you start expanding it over 4 quarters versus the starting defenses for the whole times, along with when teams scheme for you, the injuries that pop up, and just the ebb and flow of the season. I still think as a whole, though, Caleb's going to be a really good player, man. So, yeah, I'll go Caleb as well. But like I said, man, just be on the lookout. Some other names out there. Okay, who's this in the chat, man? I seen somebody over here bringing up Malik Neighbors as well, man. All right, okay.
He's got Daniel Jones.
That was a thing that I said the same thing. I said, bro, not with Danny Dimes. Nah, I like Neighbors. I don't like Dimes, though. Yeah, shout out to Alex Allgood. He brought him. He was like, yo, what about Neighbors, Caleb, and Marvin? I'm like, yeah, just not Daniel Jones, man. Can't be that one. Yeah.
I'd prefer Bo Nix over Malik Neighbors.
Ooh. I mean, Bo has a chance because the numbers, the position. I mean,
Caleb Williams wouldn't. Yeah, he would just have to not do as good.
Yeah.
If Bo Nix does good in Peyton's system and everything, and puts up a respectable rookie year, I think he's got a chance.
Yeah,
I just don't think Neighbors is going to get enough from Daniel Jones.
Yeah. Definitely agree with you there, man.
Screw him.
Definitely agree with you there. See, Thomas Williams know what's up though. Thomas said, yo, Keon Williams definitely a sneaky pick. I'm just throwing it out there, bro. If you want, good odds, just off the beaten path one, that might be one of the
save
ones,
your money.
Man. It might be one of the ones. All right. I heard somebody's gonna have to get the targets that once we're out there. So let's be on the lookout. All right. Now let's get to the real award. How about that Defensive Player of the Year? How we felt?
TJ Watt.
Thank you.
I mean, dude should have 3.
This is also true.
This is true. A shame he's only got 1, but
this is true.
Yeah.
I like it, man.
TJ Watt. I gotta say any more?
No, I like it, bro. I like it, man.
We know who TJ is.
So for me, man, I said if we really get to pick, then it's TJ Watt. Right? Because I feel like the national media, I don't know if you've caught wind, but they've already rotated back to him this year now. Last year was the Myles Garrett push. I said, I don't know if you've already caught on to it, but they've national media wise.
Micah Parsons?
Trust me, national media wise, they've rotated back early on to TJ being the front runner for Depoy.
They want that for Hard Knocks, the AFC North Hard Knocks. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, but either way, you're not winning it unless you got the national media backing you. So they have already started that train. So I'm like, if that stays consistent, then it's TJ. If for any reason they deter from that, it's going to be Parsons because that's the last one of the group that hasn't got his just yet. And they're going to find a way to get him his. But as long as they stick with the way that it started out and they treat it fair the whole way, it should be TJ Watt. That's how I feel about it, man. The numbers are going to be there. The consistency is there. The splash is there. The loudness is there. And if we're winning, which I do think we will be doing that also, that will also be in accordance, man. But they love them Cowboys, man. They love them Cowboys. That's my only thing, man. But it should be TJ. All right. Offensive Player of the Year. How you feeling about this one? I don't know how you going to go with this one. I feel like there's a lot of names we can go with. I
feel like this is a terrible pick, but I'm making it anyway. Because I think this dude is just literally that good. Justin Jefferson. Ooh, I know he doesn't have Kirk anymore. Sheesh. But who did he have when Kirk went down? It was the combo of Dobbs and like Mullen and stuff.
Yeah, it was like 3 other dudes up there. Yeah.
Dude, he still averaged 107 yards per game.
Yeah. He crossed
He had
1,000 yards.
1,074 yards in 10
Bro,
games
10
played,
games.
9 games started.
You're
Like,
like,
it's
bro, how
insane.
did you do that with
So, like,
the
Darnold's an
carousel of
upgrade over those
quarterbacks?
guys, actually.
Yeah.
Darnold's an upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And if Darnold wants to keep his NFL life alive here, he would do right by getting Justin Jefferson the ball a lot. So
Yeah.
I'm just going with Justin Jefferson because, like, you just look
Alright.
at the numbers. From his rookie year, 1,400 yards. Second year,
Yeah.
1,600 yards. 2022, 1,800
Yeah.
yards. Last year, more yards per game than that 1,800-yard
Yeah.
season and 107.4 because that 1,800-yard season, he had 106.4.
Yeah.
So, like, he's just that good. I don't know if the quarterback matters. He's going to put up crazy numbers.
All right. Well, I will say this, man. Shout out to Justin Jefferson. I just had my fantasy football draft yesterday. He was my first pick. All right. So salute him. Salute to the homie Justin Jefferson.
What slot were you at?
I was at 12, bro. It was a nasty.
That sounds like a steal.
Listen, I had a nasty position in this draft. I still got personal beef with my commissioner. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I feel like if the commissioner's my homie, I should not be picking no later than the top 3. Worst case, top 5. This is my man's bands. He had me picking at 12. I didn't like that all the way. But
it must be legitimately random. That's good, though.
Yeah, no, that's not good. That's not good because if he was really my homie, I would have been picking a lot earlier and I would have got McCaffrey.
No, you don't want that in leagues. You want complete unbiasedness.
I don't want integrity, man. I want the homies. You feel me? I want them to be like, bro, that's my man's. I'm gonna look out for my man's. He ain't look out for his man's, bro. I don't know. Make him cook next time he pull up, bro. Like, yo, you cooking this time, bro. I ain't cooking no more, man. Unless I'm picking in the top 5, you cooking. Yeah. I ain't like I felt that. But for me, man, offense player of the year wise though, as much as I like Justin Jefferson, my thought process was, I don't know what that quarterback situation is because obviously we're gonna see what Darnold looks like, man. Are the reports that he's optimistic that he's good? Is that gonna be the case, or is it gonna be the Sam Darnold that we all know Sam Darnold to be? I just don't.
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead, because it's another receiver over there too now. So
I'm looking. Yeah, I'm looking at these other receivers here. Tyreek Hill, he's got Tua. I don't think he's surpassing what he's done these last 2 years.
Heck of a lot better than Darnold though, man.
At the Hill, he's getting up there in age. I don't think he's surpassing these last 2 years.
Okay.
I think his stats are going to be on a downward trend.
Okay.
Not like egregiously or anything, but in terms of
Tua just got
offensive player of the
paid
year.
too, so they feel very confident down in Miami. This is another year in the same system. Mike Daniels, they all feeling good down there. That's all I know, man.
McCaffrey, he's already banged up. How much more of a workload is he going to be taking on?
And he already won one too, so you know how they feel when you already win one. It's like,
CeeDee Lamb. I don't think he's repeating that last year.
Him and
Dak. I think that was his
Dak
peak.
got his back against the wall though. Dak got his back against the wall. They ain't got no new money yet. He ain't get the Cam Heyward or Trent Williams. So
Jamar Chase contract situation. Joe Burrow wrist.
Jamar, he ain't even practicing.
I'm just saying. I don't think there's any other guys that are like this for sure thing.
Yeah.
So let me just go with Justin Jefferson, who I know is good no matter who's throwing him the ball.
Respect. Now, I still also think of Jordan Addison, who is a really good player. Now, granted, he gets
you got him winning it.
No, but I'm saying, how is Justin Jefferson going to continue to give me 17, 18, 1900 yards if I think that Jordan Addison is also going to be able to give you 11, 1200 yards as a receiver? I just don't think it's enough for that.
If anything, it helps out Jefferson, opens it up for him a little bit.
This is Sam Darnold you're talking about. If you're talking about Patrick Mahomes, sure. You talk about Joe Burrow, sure. You talk about Josh Allen, sure. We talking about Sam Darnold. Like, I'm gonna have to see you actually know how to drive the Lambo at 150 before I believe that you could drive the Lambo at 150 without crashing it, bro. I haven't seen Sam Darnold do that, regardless of what anybody has said in any offseason, whether I was in San Fran or in Minnesota. Them receivers is Lambos, man. But I gotta see it, man. I gotta see it. Show me you can do Kirk. Kirk was at least, you ain't gave me that. And you know how you view Kirk Cousins. So until I at least see you get me flirting with that, I'm like, I don't trust it. So for me, man, my offense player of the year, I got Saquon Barkley. I think him in Philadelphia is a great situation because, number one, how are you going to stack that box with A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith out there, man? Both of them dudes have proven that they are elite. Both of those dudes are proven ones. Both of them dudes are big contract guys because they cook folks. But then you talk about having a quarterback that does have the ability to take advantage of it in Jalen Hurts. You can't just stack the box. This is going to be the first time for Saquon that he's going to play an offense where he's not always the focal point, where the defense isn't saying, That's the only guy we got to worry about. Make the quarterback beat us on the outside. Hey, if this is Eli late in the year, if Eli can do it, let him do it. We'll believe when we see it. Oh, it's Danny Dimes. Oh, we'll believe when we see it. That's not going to be the case right now, man. Jalen Hurts, man, is good enough with his arm to take advantage of an A.J. Brown and a Devontae Smith. So I think for Saquon, it's going to give him a real, favorable matchup. And I think as long as he can stay healthy, which we know is the big question with Saquon, but if that part is better, man, I feel like the talent is going to be there and the production is going to be there, whether it's him running out the backfield or him catching out the backfield. I just think that for him, man, it's going to create a lot of opportunities for him to put up some big numbers, man.
Yeah, I like that pick, actually. It's not bad.
Yep. All right. Well, it's time for the final spot. The most valuable player in all of the National Football League. Is it Kenny Pickett? Is it Mason Rudolph? Is it Justin Fields? Is it Russell Wilson? Maybe you're going with the dark horse candidate. I'm surprised you ain't say GP for Offensive Player of the Year, but maybe it's GP for the MVP. I don't know.
Nah, GP's gonna get like a cool
because you ain't even bring up GP's name for the Offensive Player of the Year. I was like, yo, you ain't even.
I don't know if he's gonna get his.
You named three receivers. You named three different receivers before you said you didn't even think GP. You said Tariq, CD, and Justin. I'm like,
well, I was just going off the odds.
It's like, man, that's I just thought that if anybody was gonna bring up the homie GP, I just thought that Mr. Quarterback would. That's all, man. But I see what it is.
He'll get a cool 1,400, I think, this year.
Okay. All right. So who is your MVP, Deke? Who you got, man?
Give me 1 second, real quick. I got my pick. I just want to get my ammo here.
Oh Lord, here we go.
This pick.
Is it Ben Roethlisberger coming out of retirement? That's what it is, man. You can surprise with the Big Ben. I know how you do, bro.
I wish. But no.
All right. Is it Russ? Who you?
Well, my name is Deke, and every year we've done these MVP picks. I have picked the Steelers quarterback, so why would I go away from that now?
Let him cook. Let my dog cook. Let my dog cook, bro. Let my dog cook.
There's no reason to shy away. So I already told you I'm looking into getting a Rush jersey. That's gonna happen before week 1, I think. Although we're getting actually pretty close here.
I'm about to say week 1, bro. It's Tuesday.
Yeah, we're getting pretty close. I want one of those block jersey number or the block number ones.
You're gonna have to go to the store in person. I see what you're doing. Yeah,
that's what I mean.
You're gonna have to go to the store in person.
So if they don't have them, I'm not gonna buy it for week 1. But either way, I'm getting a Rush jersey. I believe in him. I think he's going to get rejuvenated this year.
Okay.
But if you look at last year's MVP, Lamar Jackson, 3,600 yards passing, 24 touchdowns, 7 picks. Now, he did get some on the ground. I'll give him that, too. Let's not forget that. I think he had, let me pull this up, 800 on the ground, 5 touchdowns. So add all that up. That is what? 4,400 total yards.
A whole lot of
29 touchdowns.
A whole lot of production.
But I mean, we look at Russ's numbers last year. I think he had similar splits, like touchdown interception wise. I know he had less passing yards. He had like 3,200 or something on the passing yards. He missed the last 2 games though too. Obviously, less rushing yards. All I'm saying is, if Russ can do something like that, can he give us 30-something touchdowns, a 3-to-1 touchdown interception ratio? Give us close to 4,000 yards passing.
Russ cook. Gotta let him cook, man.
If we get the division, potentially get the 1 seed, the storylines there for the redemption. Steelers move away from Kenny Pickett. Look how valuable Russell Wilson is to the Steelers team.
They're going to talk about how great of a decision it was. You know it is.
Yeah. They bring in Russ over. They're the 1 seed. Look, look at the difference he makes from last year's these last 2 years of Steelers football to now, and just what Russell Wilson means to this team. That's all right there in front of us if he can do that. And I don't think that's crazily far fetched because his numbers weren't that far off from it last year. Now we are going to have to have some of these other like elite quarterbacks not have as good of years where they
Like,
go off
who
for
you thinking
45
of?
or 50 touchdowns.
Who's some of these guys you thinking of, man? Just so we can
Well,
know.
here's the thing though. Josh Allen did have the 50 touchdowns last year and he still didn't get it. So it
Yeah.
actually plays into my point that
Okay.
even if you do put up the gaudy numbers, as long as the storyline's there and the
You
team's
got to have a
winning,
storyline. This is true.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
like the leader of the team and everything, and I think that helped in Lamar's case last year. Like he played
did.
legitimately good. I'm just saying you don't for MVP because it is such a vague term.
Mhm.
It's not exactly black and white. Most valuable. What exactly is value?
Yeah.
Like that helps Russ's chances. Because I don't think he's gonna be throwing for 40 touchdowns, 45 touchdowns, anything like that. But can you give us like low 30s? Good
Okay.
touchdown interception ratio. Steelers are winning. Your impact is obvious, and the storyline's obviously there if that does take place. So, yeah, I'm going with Russ.
I like it, man. Hey, what they say? Let Russ cook. He's never officially had an MVP.
And I think he's
vote.
gonna. I told you
yeah.
back in our Falcons preview. I think he's gonna have to actually do that maybe for the first month this season.
Like cook, yeah. If he starts,
Yeah,
out
we're
like
gonna have
that,
to
it puts
rely
him
on
in
him
position,
doing some
man.
improvisation stuff.
Yeah, it definitely put him in position, man. So I like that a lot, bro. Shout out to Russ, man. All right. Shout out to Russ, then, man. Shout out to Russ.
We know who your pick is. Let's just get on with this.
All I said was shout out to Russ, bro. I can't shout out Russ. I'm just shouting out Russ.
I'm ready for the show to be over. Let's read these supers and get on.
Hold on, man. Let me. I'm just get my notes. All right, I want to present my argument to the congregation. All right.
I think people in the chat are saying they're about to mute this, almost like they do whenever you're singing the Gambler song.
I was just, I was torn on who made the most sense for me to be my MVP candidate. I was thinking about who won it last year, Lamar Jackson. Didn't even throw for 4,000 passing yards. Lord have mercy. He ain't even have 40 touchdowns. Lord, I get it, bro. I know.
You just heard what I said. 29 total touchdowns.
I know, bro. And then you even brought up the fact that there was a guy out here that. Let me just make sure I get this right. It was 29 that he threw for, and 15 that he ran for. So if 9 plus 5 is 14, that's 4 carry to 1. Oh, okay. So yeah, that was a lot of touchdowns. Now I get it. They talk about turnovers, but if the name of the game is scoring points and you're doing that at pretty much a 3-1 clip, does it matter if I threw 12 touchdowns and 4 picks? Well, if I can give you dang near 50 plus touchdowns and the same 3-1 ratio, I'm not tripping. In terms of turnovers, touchdowns, I'm not. And that's what Josh brings. Now we know the big thing is you got to keep winning. Now last year he was the number 2 seed in all of the AFC. The number 2 seed. There's a lot of teams in the AFC, but he was the number 2 seed. So, clearly they need him to do more. But I think now with some of the subtraction, I think the storyline could work. Because there's going to be a lot of people that say he's overrated. A lot of people that say he sucks. Shout out to all of y'all that say that, man. They've been saying that for a while now. But I just think for him, man, I'm going to put my little wagon on that buffalo right there. Yeah. We'll see what happens, man. So I'm going to go with Josh Allen, all right? I'm going to go with Josh. We will see. We will see, man. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what? I will give you this. Because I remember we went back and forth on this during the season. I thought Lamar was going to win. But
I don't know why. I hated that whole pick. I hated the whole convo because it was nothing about Lamar outside of his team.
They won the
outside
games.
Of his
and
team.
He played really good, though, in big games.
And Josh didn't play good in big games. Josh, that's my whole,
that.
You know what I mean? I hate that argument, man.
No, but here's my problem with the whole thing, though, because when you're talking about value, you want to know who the guy is that's going to deliver for you in the biggest of games.
We know this combo. Yeah.
So when the season ended, when the full season ended, playoffs and everything, I'm with you. I would take Josh Allen over Lamar for MVP.
We're going to say the same name. Say the same. Go ahead. Yep.
But then the problem is I would take Patrick Mahomes over both of them. I would take Patrick Mahomes over everyone.
Absolutely. And I think
that's the whole problem with the award.
Yeah. But I think that's why we separate the two between the Super Bowl MVP, because we saying, bro, like you, even though it's weird because Super Bowl MVP is still you had a great game, not necessarily you were the most dominant throughout the postseason. So I do agree it is
Maybe they should add a
weird how
playoff
they
MVP.
do it. Yeah, because like you said,
That'd kind of
man,
be cool.
you can have a dope game and just at that moment you get the award, but it's like, yo, Mahomes then cooked everybody this whole process, or you know, Russ has cooked everybody this whole process. In fact, the year when Malcolm Smith won it, right, with the Seahawks. Think about that. We were like, bro, you got beast mode. You had Russ over there, Percy Harvin, who had a big play in the game, man. You had I forgot the receiver that they had over there too. But oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, what is his name? It wasn't Golden Tate, it was the other one. Doug Baldwin? Maybe. Not 100% sure. But it's like you just had like other names that I thought, you know, if we talk about just MVP of the run, is a difference than just that game. So I do agree with what you're saying right there. But since it is just a regular season award, we do have to just look at the regular season part. And with that, to me, Josh outplayed Lamar statistically and eyeball test. But the difference was Lamar's team was the 1 seed and Josh's team was just the 2 seed. You see what I'm saying? It's not like we talk about Josh the 6 seed. That's part.
I think there were some high-profile games with Josh though, where like you could point to some of the picks and being like, that cost the Bills. Yeah, whereas Lamar played he was level throughout the whole season.
I would agree, but you could also point to games where you're like, yo, the Bills don't make it out of here without Josh.
I know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting though, man. Yeah. But like I said, that's why I'm rocking with that one over there, man. And if not Josh, then I'm gonna go ahead and say Patrick Mahomes, because it's Mahomes.
It's a safe pick.
It's Mahomes, right? I think I saw somebody say CJ Stroud. I'm like, yo, can he replicate it? That's going to be the big question with CJ, man. And with Lamar, like I said, man, I'm a big fan of Lamar. I just don't feel like if we're talking the duel,
maybe that's his thing, regular season MVP, though.
Bro, but no, man, because if his regular season was actually, if Lamar's regular season was actually better than Josh's, man, I would be over here like, yo, let's go, Lamar, shout out. But I don't feel like it was. And if the only discrepancy is you're the 1 seed, they're the 2 seed. So it's like, what are we even talking about here? So that's my whole thing, man, with it. But we shall see, though, baby. We shall see. It's going to be interesting, though, man.
Yep. 2 more days.
Yeah, man. And we back. We are back, man. So what a time. What a time, man. If y'all enjoying it, like I said, man, hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel, baby. Think we have a couple supers that popped up. Then after that, man, it's 6:45. They ever get you up out of here, Deke, man. Said, well, you ain't strawberry anymore. In fact, you didn't change from strawberry. Now the sun's starting to go down a little bit. I see. Let's get it.
Yeah. We got Red saying, WTF, did Moats send Deke on a vacation?
Deke was over there sunbathing a little while ago, man. Yeah. The Humvee back, though, man. Yeah.
Just got sick.
He went on holiday. He was like, yo, if he don't get a week off, he was going to quit. So he's like, all right, Deke, man, take the week off, and then we'll go virtual the next week. All right, just please don't leave us. All right, that's what we told him.
AJ Martinez has his predictions. Says GP with 119 catches, 1,500 yards, and 21 touchdowns.
God dang.
Russ, 4,000 yards passing, 32 touchdowns, and 9 picks.
Okay.
You right there. A stat line like that, I think that gets you in the conversation.
Big facts.
If we finish with the close to number 1 seed, win the division, that type of shit.
Shit.
I think he's in the conversation. Like, I don't think it's that far fetched.
Bro, the dude GP will be in the comment for offense put in the year. He
29. What was the stat? Didn't he have 29 total touchdowns last year? Russ did?
Yes.
And he didn't play in the last 2 games?
Lamar. Yeah, talking about Lamar, yeah.
No, I'm talking about Russ, though, too.
Russ
had
at the end of the last season,
in Denver.
Yeah,
and he didn't even play in the last 2 games.
Very true.
He didn't have that many passing yards, but it's not like he's that far off already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I say his touchdown interception ratio was very similar to what he just put up there too, man.
TJ has 26 sacks. JPJ with 8 picks.
Okay.
Najee with 1,800 yards and 17 touchdowns, and Steelers finished 13-4.
If Najee give us 1,817 touchdowns, he's the offense player of the year. He might mess around.
I feel like our record is a little underwhelming versus these stats he's putting out there.
we either
16-1.
We either blowing a couple of teams out, and that's how we get these gaudy numbers.
Tomlin losses.
Yeah, either that or our defense is atrocious. Because it's like, bruh. But how's our defense atrocious? We get 26 sacks and 8 picks. Nobody else is balling on defense then. I don't know, because I'm with you. It can't be 13-4 with just that. No, we talking like, yo, best in the league on offense.
Yeah, TJ and JPJ are fighting for the depot.
Yeah, I'm like 8 picks, bro. That's a hard depot conversation, man. 26 sacks, that's the record.
Najee and GP are fighting for Offensive Player of the Year, and Russell's in the MVP conversation.
MVP and Comeback Player of the Year convo.
Yeah.
Respect. And shout out to AJ. That was his 20th super chat as well, man. So
AJ says 2 Tomlin games.
2 Tomlin. All right, respect.
We're playing so good throughout all the season that we do have like a letdown game or two. Yeah.
Respect, man. Respect. So shout out to AJ for his 20 and 21st super chat, man. So like I said, man, we definitely appreciate you from the heart, man. Rocking with us the way that you do, AJ. Like I said, you know you mean a lot to us over here, man. But yeah, all right. That makes way more sense then, man. If we're going to have 2 Tomlin losses in there, then yeah, we way more legit than what the record was reflecting. I like that. That could definitely work. Definitely works.
Well, that's the last one for today.
All right then, man. So shoot, this was a vibe, even on the virtual vibe, man. Y'all know how we gets it in. But like I said, man, we definitely appreciate each and every one of y'all rocking with us today, man. If y'all enjoyed the show, don't forget to hit that like button, man, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. We obviously know, man, we got a lot of updates and new content or just information going on with the channel. But you can also find everything centrally located at the Arthur Moats or arthurmoats.com. All right, so check the website out. And like I said, man, y'all know we got that DraftKings deal going. So definitely check them out as well, man, for the promo and all the info they got going. But either way, y'all stay safe out there. And until next time, baby.
Peace.